What's up, guys? How are yous? How's everyone doing today? I'm glad yous all showed up. We'll try to have a good show. Uh, I'm sorry I took so long. I just got out of the shower. I hate to rush. So, what's up, guys? What's new with everybody? How's everybody doing? As you know, there's a little drama. I hate the drama, but I also hate the disrespect. So, when people disrespect me, I got to disrespect them. It's just the way it is. You know, I mean, this YouTube has been getting out of control, as you guys know, and you have all these bullies there. What's up, Damien? How's everything? You have all these bullies out there, and they want to attack people, but when you attack them back, they're so sensitive. So the thing is, this is going to be all like a game to me now. Of course, I try to build my channel, but I'm going to have some fun with it. In the beginning, I took it a little serious. I wanted to make everyone happy. I wanted to give some good content and tell some stories, which I'm always going to continue to tell my stories. But some people are out of control, and you need to tell people what's on your mind because everyone thinks that they're better than everybody else, and they're not. That's the thing. They're no better than me, and they're no better than you. We're all the same. It's how we conduct ourselves and the way we act. So I'm not sure if any of you want to come on the chat today. Maybe Graffiti Mouth would want to come on. I'm not sure. Anybody want to come on and talk? I'm going to send out a link, and we could chit chat over it. Tell me what's on your mind. Tell me what you think I should do as far as, a lot of people are telling me to ignore the assholes, which is great advice. And I want to do that. But sometimes it's hard to do that, and I know silence is golden, but these guys, what they do is they cut up videos, they put your photos. It's like ridiculous, and the thing is, none of them got any heart. They're all heartless. Not one of them have a heart. What's up, Pazzo? Yeah, I know. I know. I know. No, I would never lay down for this guy ever. No, you're right, Damien. It is hard when you have a street mentality. But the thing is, it's like, I want to ignore them, but I also want them to know that I don't care about them and I'm not afraid of them. And of course, I'm not going to do anything stupid because, listen, I got a great life. I got good people in my corner. I have a great family. So it's just YouTube nonsense. Boston J, what's up, baby? I'm just reading some of these comments. Darren Schlinger, what's up, Jimmy? Darren from Bay Parkway. They also don't know their place at the table. Well, this YouTube has definitely changed the way to deal with people. You can't just deal with people like in the real world. This is YouTube. So a lot of it is a lot of bullshit. You know, New York City 24-hour handyman. What's up, baby? I know who you are. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a link out there. Anybody wants to jump in, they want to talk. I don't know. We'll hang out for a little while. We'll talk. Maybe somebody has a good idea where I can get a point across. Gotti, a real man. Jimmy, I don't understand why you would attack Tom Cole. He's well known. That's all over now. Oh, he's all over now. These people are just jokes. But let me see. I'm going to show a link up there. H P S. V Z J G 64 Z J 6F. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to put a link out here. And if you want to come on, you could come on, you could talk. If you got something to say, you could chit chat, whatever you want to do. Okay. Just give me a minute. Figuring this stuff out. I'm on an Apple iPad over here. So, guys, what's up? How's everything? Neutral Drop. What's up, baby? How's everything? I love your videos, man. You're the best. Neutral Drop. Check them out. I do have some new stories for you this week. I'll be letting them out. I've been writing some stuff out of my journal, and you know you're gonna like this stuff. Jamarama, thank you for the birthday wishes. Pay up ski. Well, I dropped the link. If someone wants to come in, they want to chat, go to the link. We can hang out for a little while. We could talk. And now I get really frustrated a lot, because of all the nonsense. And sometimes I have to learn how to control that. But I'm not used to how people just get away with something that comes out of their mouth. Let's see, Vincent Adams. Got clipped. 1983. Gee, what's on your playlist? Well, Pazzo, what's up? You want to come on? The pizza guy thinks I'm going to get waxed soon? Okay. I'll prove him wrong. Pazzo, there's nothing you could do. You know what I mean? It's YouTube. That's it. It's entertainment. This guy is he's a clown. There's nothing I could do. Anyone could come on YouTube and talk. What could you do? Look at the other clown. The guy that has no name, no face. That's how these guys are. This is the new world we live in. Say anything you want and get away with it. All right, this is the real base 16th. Okay, what are you going to do when Fabritz and Tommy get out? Well, Fabritz will be out maybe in a couple years. Tommy Reynolds got some more time he has to do. What am I going to do? I'm going to do the same thing and live my life like I always do every day. What am I going to do? Something's going to change by them coming home? I don't think so. A lot of people have this fairy tale in their head that people are going to come home and try to attack other people or hurt somebody. These guys want to come home. They want to go on with their lives. They don't want to be bothered with no nonsense. Joey Lowy, lots of love to you too. Thank you. Jimmy Paulie G never got killed and became a made man. Wow, you have been different. His story. The Bronx. You'll talk to them if you see them. Talk to them. I bet Tony Pizza can't even make a decent amount out of the grader. Well, let's talk about growing up back in the day when we were kids, right? When we were growing up back in the day. Now, if someone said something out of their mouth, they would get punched in the mouth. And I'm sure that happened also in the areas you grew up in. That's what happened in the areas I grew up in. You get punched in the mouth and you got to put up your hands. Now, today, everyone could talk this rah, rah, rah. And you know what? That's it. You get away with it because right away they know that they're going to call law enforcement. So you have to deal with it. They know the game they're playing or they're looking to sue somebody. I'm just looking at the comments. What's good, Beth Avenue, Luca Falzone. These are frustrating times. Neutral drop. Yes, they are. Very frustrating. Let me see something. This guy over here. Let me get this guy out of the chat. Okay, there you go. You're done. One minute, guys. So, thank you for the birthday wishes. I see everyone wishing me happy birthday. I appreciate that very much. And Joey Beans, what's up, Joey Beans? When is your movie coming out? Listen, I don't know about any movie. You know, if it comes out, it comes out. This is the thing, okay? I've been trying to, I'm not even gonna look at the comments, so I don't need my glasses if I don't look at the comments. I've been trying and trying to get my book out. Obviously, I'm gonna have to publish it myself. Okay. I want to do business with someone, and I was trying to sell my rights and also make a film from this book. Now, obviously, nobody wants to part with money. Hollywood is their own crime family, and it's hard to get anything done because they don't want to part. They want everything done their way. And anyone who wrote a book and had it into a film, they can tell you. So I've been waiting, waiting, waiting. I've been talking with this producer and director, and they're not giving me what I want. I just might budge. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens in the future. Now, the next thing for me is definitely to drop my book. You know, that's the next thing for me. You know, that's what is the most important thing, dropping my book and putting it out there and for everyone to read it and experience the life I lived growing up. I had a good childhood, lost a lot of friends, and as you know, we all destroyed our lives. Now, I'm putting my life back together. This is the reason why all these people want to attack me because I'm putting my life back together and they don't like that. So they're jealous and envious. They think they could stop me from putting my life together. They can't do it. So all this YouTube nonsense, it's all a bunch of nonsense. They could keep on talking rah rah rah. They could keep on making lies. They could keep on trying to destroy my character and defame me. It's not going to happen because at the end of the day, where it's coming from garbage cans. These people are garbage cans. That's what they are. They're trash. And they wish they could have survived what I survived. And they hate the fact that I'm a strong guy and I'll talk back to them and I don't care nothing about any of them what they say. and they're all garbage cans. So they're not going to get to me. So anybody want to come on? Anybody got anything to say? Let me see. Let me try this link again one more time. Let me see. StreamYard.com. StreamYard.com. Let me see this. So each. One minute, guys. Trying to get somebody on here. No, guys, look, I just want to have fun with this. I'm here to have a little fun, tell a story and, you know, try to help somebody if I can. That's all I want to do. But in the course, I'm going to have all these losers. That's what they are. They're all losers and they're jealous. There, guys. Let me see if this works. I don't know. I dropped the link. So you could touch that link. Go on that link if you want to come on. There you go. I got someone in here. Okay. Don Berlin. Let's see what this guy's about.
Hello?
Don Berlin, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let me turn on my lights. Hold on one second here because I don't know if you can hear my back camera. I can barely hear you, but I was saying about your comments with regard to the scumbags and what have you.
Stack,
And
hold on out there. I'll be right there. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, what I was saying in the comments is, these are parasitic entrepreneurs. That's Gene Borelli. The guy, the guy is he's a drug addict. You know that from when he got busted recently. That's what you're dealing with. And unfortunately, when you're dealing with a parasitic entrepreneur, their whole motivation is to drive numbers their way. That's it. And so you are a better person. You have a brand, Jimmy. You do. You have a brand, and your brand and your people come to you. They don't care about these other people. And I know the temptation, is great to respond to them. It is. It happened to me once, and I know exactly where you're coming from. But at the end of the day, your people are your people. They come to you. They don't come to them. That's the bottom line.
Well, I appreciate that. And you know what? It makes a lot of sense because, like you said, what they're doing is they're trying to drive numbers towards them. And what it is? I grew up a certain way, probably somewhat like you, where when you came out of your mouth, you had to put up your fist and you had to roll around on the floor and defend what you said. These people, what they do is they create lies on people and they want to make them look like there's something then they're not.
Yeah, I get that. And what I tell you is, my world is all about data analytics, and that's what I do for a living. Not in the YouTube space. I used to do that, but you would not have the kind of growth that you're enjoying, except you have a good brand, and your brand drives people to you, and you're doing a good job at it. and you really are. But you would not have your kind of numbers now, almost 20,000 people, but for the fact that people are attracted to you. And, in my world, you have to kind of like put, you know, principles above personalities. I have an old saying, and I hope you'll listen to it carefully, and everybody else. You got the saints and you got the ain'ts, and the saints do the walking and the ain'ts do the talking. Okay,
Mm.
you're the saint. You're the guy that's done the walking. You've been down this road. You've seen this real estate. You know what it is to have people die in your arms. Okay. I know how that works because I've been down the same road myself in a different way. Okay. These other guys are all ain'ts. They're all talking. That's all they do. So you got the saints and you got the ain'ts, and the saints do the walking and the ain'ts do the talking. And that's what you got to kind of focus on and what have you, because all you're otherwise doing is driving up their numbers and pushing your brand down in the gutter. On the other hand, however, I will also say this much. I get the need to respond because who likes to be, shit upon day and night? Who wants that and not be
Exactly.
able to respond to it?
Exactly. And that's what they
Yeah,
do. And that's what they do all day long, you
right.
know. And they think, you know, they think that everyone's a victim to their, madness. Meanwhile, they're the victim because some of them don't show their face. Say, for example, let's talk about this MRR, whatever it is, Mob Rats Exposed. This guy don't show his face. He don't show his name. So what is he about? These guys are probably following a rat. He's probably a rat. He's probably a pedophile. Who knows what this guy is? You don't want to show your
I,
face at me. But wait, you want to dig at me, but I can't dig at you. I don't know who you are. So I don't know nothing about your
well, yeah, but you see, what when you hide in the shadows, that's what these people do. They hide in the shadows. That's what a coward does. I mean, they
exactly.
hide in the
Thank you.
shadows. They're not going to come out in front of you and say to you what it is they're saying in the shadows because they're cowards. And parasitic entrepreneurs, which is what YouTube calls them, are people who leech off the brand of others. And that's what they're doing. That's what a parasitic entrepreneur is. And they're put up to it. The people like Gene Borelli and what have you, it's clear what is going on in his life, what what makes him do the things he does to people like yourself and others. And you're not the first one. He does it to others as well. And you just look at what's happened in his life in the last 6 months. I mean, look what's happened to him. Okay, and you need go. And I'm not talking about what people are saying. I'm just looking at his mug shots and his criminal record and what he's done that has got him into trouble. And you have to ask yourself, why did that happen? And I'm telling you, it's drugs. You just look at some of his videos, and he's so wired up, it's unbelievable. And Alight's involvement in that is he's just an enabler. He's just using Gene, you know, to do what he's doing to people such as yourself, because he's easily usable, which is what a junkie is. They're easily usable when they're using, as opposed to recovering. And he's not recovering; he's using.
Hmm.
That's the bottom line. And that
Very
brings me to the question I wanted to ask you, Jimmy. And
bad,
this is the reason why I came on.
bad.
What do you think in your mind? How much do you think that drugs and alcohol played in your own life or your friend's life in what occurred with the Bath Avenue crew and their ultimate deaths and what have you? What role do you think that had?
Well, the drugs and the alcohol had a small role in with some of my friends, but some of my friends actually overdosed off of drugs, so it had a large
Right,
role, had
right,
a big role. My friend little
right,
Georgie overdosed. He got killed over drugs. I got
right,
another friend, my friend John. He passed away from
right,
drugs. I have a couple childhood friends who passed away over drugs. Now, my neighborhood is basically mob controlled growing up, and you want to be like these men, because it's really funny because we watch these bad guys be bad and hurt
Right.
people. And then we watch the cops and we say, well, you know what? I don't like the cops. I like the bad guys.
Right.
And then at the end of the life, then when you grow up, like the end of my life, where I had to make a choice. Is
Right.
what am I doing with my life? I'm throwing my life away. I got to make a decision. Do I want to throw my life away, or do I want to, fix my life and get out of this life that I'm living?
Right.
And thank God I made the right decision. But the neighborhood, it brainwashes these young kids. Someone that I grew up with, the way I grew up, it brainwashed us because we
Right.
wanted to be just like these men. But alcohol and drugs do have some kind of part in the street. Absolutely.
Right.
Because today, as you know, the youth is being destroyed. The young generation is being destroyed. There's no more respect.
Yeah, and I've listened to a lot of your stories carefully, and there's many instances where you talk about some of your friends. Some died of overdoses, some died in bad drug deals, some died, because they got whacked because of drugs. There seems to have been a common denominator in a lot of these cases. I'm not saying all of them by any stretch of the imagination, but in a lot of the cases that you talk about, a lot of the friends that you talked about, they suffered from, some form of, drug involvement, drug dependency, drug abuse, drug addiction, whatever. And I think, going forward, with your own work in this area, I think that the more that you can get young people that you talk with, and I know you talk to a lot of people, both on this channel and elsewhere, but the more that you can talk with young people and get them away from drugs and alcohol and more to a stable family and off the streets, the better their chance will be of not having to fall victim to what happened to a lot of your friends. I mean, I think that yeah, I think that may be, it goes back to what we were talking about before, why a lot of these people are kind of saying and doing the things that they're doing. I in one way, yeah, it's envy and what have you. That's part of it. I think that's true. But another way, I think that they have their own problems.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They have their own problems. And this YouTube, you know what? This, after a while, you might think like you have a little power with this YouTube. And that's what these people think. They think they have some people following them and watching them. So they got a little following, and they could abuse other people. And the thing is, who are these people to judge anybody?
Right.
That's the thing. Who were they to judge anybody? I want to know what goes on in their life, especially a guy like this toilet bowl guy. I mean, who's he to judge anybody? Look at him. Look at the way he talks.
Right.
I mean, this is the biggest trash can in the world. Anyone who backs him is obviously a trash can too.
No question. No question.
100%. I mean, listen, I grew up with morals and values, and the thing is, I knew right from wrong. And, for anyone to avoid saying something, coming out and saying, listen, this guy is no good. Anyone who picks this guy's side, there's something wrong with them, and people protect this guy and they give him a platform to talk about other people. Look at this guy's life. This guy's got the worst life there is. Look, I know on Thanksgiving Day where I'll be with my family. This guy would be sitting in a car. So this guy's just a garbage can.
Yeah, and that begs the question, where will you be Thanksgiving Day? Around what family's, dining room table versus what gutter will they be in? I mean, either in reality or spiritually or otherwise. I mean, these are people who, as I said at the outset, they're parasitic entrepreneurs. And you can't lose focus of the fact that, Jimmy, you've got a brand and you got to protect that brand. And the brand is what is attracting people to your channel. And that's what they don't like. They don't, because they don't have those numbers,
So
and
that
they don't have the number growth. And I'm telling you, the way the YouTube analytics work, they see the growth in the numbers over a very short period of time, such as what you're experiencing. Okay. That drives up the people who are attracted to you. It does. It drives up the circulation of your channel. That's the way the system works. It's it's called magnetic rotation. The magneticness of the channel causes a rotation of the channel through YouTube. That's how it works. And if you look at your numbers over the last several months and what have you, they're very impressive. So I don't mean to get down into the grasses here, but the bottom line is I do get it though. The how do you, what is the fine line between ignoring them, which is clearly the temptation to do that, and responding to them, because who likes to be attacked? I get that.
exactly. So the thing is, look, I have a lot of people in my ear that says, Jimmy, just ignore these trolls, ignore them. They're pieces of garbage. But then I feel like I have to say something to defend my name. I mean, am I wrong? Am I wrong for saying something?
No, you're not wrong, but there's a difference between your name and your brand. There is. Your name is what you stand for based upon integrity and past history and your family and so forth and so on. Your brand is a monetary equation, if you will. It really is. There's a big difference between the two. And the attempt, and what you're trying to do is defend your name, your good name, your reestablished name,
Yes.
your rehabilitated name.
Yes.
Okay. And then that's justifiable. But you also can't ignore the possibility that you have to also protect your brand. Okay. And when I say protect your brand, it means to keep your good people, the people who like you, the people who stay with you, your loyal followers, and you got many of them, will keep coming and doing that because of you. You have a certain style. I mean, you do. I look at a lot of these stuff for different reasons. That has nothing to do with my interest in one thing or another. It's business reasons. I look at a lot of these films and what have you. Your particular style is very unique to you. It's a certain kind of brand that is different in the mob genre, because it contains, the element of the comeback kid. You're the comeback kid who's trying to reform yourself in a different way and help others at the same time. That's a brand. And they don't like that, because you guess what? Why? They're not coming back. Number one, and number two, they're not reforming at all. They're just parasitic entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Yep. And all they're doing is keep on throwing stones at people. That's all they're doing.
It is. It's hard. It is. And something, like that recently happened to me and what have you. And, it takes a coward to hide in the shadows, but it takes a real man to walk away. And, when the time is right and what have you. But, I don't mean to, beat a dead horse. I know this is near and dear to you. Truly, I do. I do. As it would anybody. It's not just you. It's anybody. Anybody would feel the same way, especially given your motivation here, meaning why you're doing all of this. You're giving of your time and your efforts and your energies and your resources to people on YouTube and elsewhere, and this is how you're being treated. It's ridiculous. Okay, but on the other hand, that is what you're dealing with today. These kinds of people, because again, you can't lose sight of what I said at the outset. You got the saints and you got the ain'ts. You're the saint.
Well, Don, you made a lot of sense, and thank you for coming on. I truly appreciate it. And thanks for the kind words, and you inspire me. You really.
God bless you, my friend. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep remembering the kids out there that you're helping, and you are. And don't forget them. And I pray for you, and I pray for your kids too. They're beautiful children.
Thanks.
And you know something? They wouldn't be having the fun on that swing set that they were having the other day if they didn't have a good father. So God bless you.
I tell you, my kids have a ball. They love me, and I love them. And listen, some of these people don't even know what love is because they don't even know what it is to love a child.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, no question. God bless you, my friend. I'll leave.
Thank you
Pick
so
up
much,
somebody else,
Don.
okay?
Don, thank you so much.
Yeah,
You gave me
bye-bye.
a lot. You gave me a lot of knowledge. Thank you. All right, let me throw someone else up here.
What's
Stats,
up, bro?
how's everything?
How you doing, man? Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you. How's everything?
Everything's good, you know?
What you up to?
Just working on my next episode, man. I got an episode coming out tonight.
Oh yeah, with who?
Yeah, Stevie Bullets.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, man. How
Well, I
was your
know
birthday?
it was good. Yeah, it was good. Went out to dinner, hung out with my kids. It was nice. Sang happy birthday, and it's over. It goes quick.
Ignore all these dudes, man. They ain't on your level, bro.
I know, but you know what it is. It's hard to just ignore sometimes, right? Like
I know.
you want to speak up and you want to because these people actually think that they're better than you, they're better than me. Meanwhile, they're not. You know, they're throwing stones at people, trying to knock people down and defame people. Try to destroy their character. Listen, we all made mistakes. We all had a past.
Bro,
That's why
take all that stuff away from them. What do they got?
they got
Nothing.
nothing. They got nothing.
They got nothing.
But I got a couple other guys in here. You want to hang out?
Nah, I'm gonna go, man. I gotta get ready for my show, but thank you for having me, man. Happy birthday. I appreciate you. And
Stacks, you're the best, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll talk to you soon, man.
See you soon.
Peace.
All right. Carl, what's up? Corey,
Jimmy C,
how's everything?
what's going on, my guy?
How's everything with you?
Everything's good. I'm hanging out with my kids on a Sunday, doing what fathers should be doing. You know what I mean?
Nice.
I got my young one next to me here. We watching football. That's what it's about on Sundays, right?
Who's winning that game?
Tonight's game is I'm watching Green Bay and KC right now, and then they got the 8:30 game is I can't remember at the moment, but we'll be watching football, Jimmy. I live chill Sundays nowadays, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to love to watch football every Sunday, Saturday, the college games.
Yeah,
I tell you, I used to love to gamble with football.
Oh man, it's intense, man. I got a book going, but it's it's a grind, man, and a lot of people. You know what's funny, Jimmy? As I wanted to mention that I actually moved to Denver from Boston. Now, a lot of people out there would get our accents mixed up. They say, "Are you from New York?" And I'm like, "No, I'm actually a little further east."
Yeah.
But I thought it was funny that they kind of got our accents mixed up a little bit out there.
Well, I'm always, when people hear my accent, they're always saying, "Are you from Boston?"
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, they tell me. I said, "No, New York."
New York, yeah.
The Boston and New York accents are familiar. I mean, they're similar.
Yeah, they're similar. See, we both don't pronounce the R's, right? We don't pronounce the R's. So I thought it was a funny correlation that was out there that with our accents. I wanted to ask you, who's the trash bag guy? I haven't seen him on your channel. I haven't seen him. That's not Leo, that guy Leo. Is this not his name?
No, that guy's a trash bag too. you know what it is, Corey? Look, I try to come on YouTube. I want to tell stories.
Right.
I don't want to disrespect nobody. But
right.
The thing is, you know what? When someone comes at you, you got to go back at them.
Yeah.
And you can't just let them think they could do anything they want. But look, all these guys, they have no heart. I mean, they hide in the shadows. You don't know their name. You don't know their face. So they want to hide. They're just cowards. They really are. That's what they are. They're cowards.
Straight cowards. Straight cowards, Jimmy. I actually snuck onto what's that guy? His name's not Leo. He's a fat guy. He's bald. He's got a goatee. What's his name? I can't remember his name. But he goes around bashing all the wise guys, right? Who wouldn't say a fucking word to none of anybody if they were in face to face, right? It's all about, Jimmy Calandra and Sammy the Bull did this. They're liars. They done this, and you've done nothing. You've done nothing.
You know what it is? The thing is to look. if I lie about something, you know what? Call me out on it. Okay. That's the thing. Look, I have nothing to lie about. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not the hero at the end of the day. I just want to tell the truth. I'm telling you how I grew up, what I've been through in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing to lie about. Anyone at that time could come forward. Anyone that's out there could come forward, and you know what? Come on my show, and we could talk about it, because I know what I did in my lifetime. And you know what? There's a lot of things I'm not proud of, but I'm proud of the character of my person. I
Right.
have a good character of my person.
Right.
And I treat people, with respect. That's the way I
Right.
was taught. I was always like that, and everybody that knows me can tell you that.
Right.
I give people second chances, but I don't give third chances and fourth chances. I don't do that because, listen, throughout the course of life, I'm 52 now. I've seen a lot of bullshit and a lot of scum.
Right.
And after a while, you don't tolerate it no more.
No. So you're like me, Jimmy. I act first and ask questions later. A lot of people don't. A lot of people have the mental capacity to say, all right, this guy's a troll. He's a clown. I don't really need to spend my time engaging him. But if they pick at you enough and enough and enough, it finally says, all right, now I got to address this guy. Who is this guy? Let me address him so I can find out if he's somebody worth addressing in the future. I'm the same way. It kind of gets at you in the mind, and you're like, I can't let it go. I totally understand where you're coming from.
And you know what is? YouTube is a double-edged sword, because you want to address it, but you don't want to give this guy no clout by mentioning his name.
No.
Because you mention his name, you might give him some subs.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you mention his name, next thing you know.
And this is what they're after.
Yeah. And that's exactly it, Jimmy. They want you to, maybe I can pull a little bit of,
this is what they're after.
Yeah, off of his, and then maybe I can get my channel going, and then next thing you know, it's da 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 da. Now, I have 3 subs. You, Sammy the Bull, and I got one other, but I didn't know if is there any other guys out there that you think are worth listening to, or that
I would push Michael Francis.
Mikey Francis. Yep.
I mean, the guy's really great. Sammy's great. I mean, he's a great storyteller. You got who else?
Sammy's is good. There's another guy, Gunnar Allen. I think I might be I don't think I'm subscribed, but I think I see his videos from time to time.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his.
Oh yeah, see, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his. But
I don't know.
Fatball Sicilian. He's one of my guys, and I think he's a decent human being. I like him. A couple other, and then you got the mob show. I actually like this guy Al. He does the mob show, and what he does is he drinks a cup of coffee and he tells you about the coffee of the day, and then he talks about a horse race. But he's very entertaining. He just started coming on, so maybe try to check him out. Then you got this other guy, Vinny Bracco. I like him. He's from Brooklyn. I just think that, what it is? Look, I got 5 months on this YouTube, so I'm starting to know more and more about it, how it works.
Yeah, right, right.
Listen, YouTube, it's worse than the street.
Yeah, yeah.
Really.
Oh,
least, on the street, at least you had friends. On this YouTube, you don't know who the fuck your friend is.
Yeah. So, you can't find the snakes that hide behind the keyboard.
And also Chaz Palminteri, I like.
Oh, Chaz Palminteri, yeah, he played all the guys in. He played in what's it called, the Brooklyn Bronx Tale.
Yeah, he has a channel too, and he's good. So I like watching him.
You know who's funny is that guy Gianni Russo. Do you think half that guy's stories are true, or is he full of shit?
No, he's full of shit. He's full of shit. And then you got this other guy. He's an actor. He played a cop on The Wire. His name is Dominic Lombardozzi.
Yeah, I know who that is. Yeah,
check him out too. I mean, I like him. And you got a couple out there that are really good.
Yeah. All right, Jimmy. I appreciate your time tonight, my friend. I'll be back, and I'll be back looking for more.
Corey, thanks for coming on. Take care of those kids, man.
All right, my man. Have a great night.
I see you too. Thank
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey, hello, Mr. Calandra.
What's up, Alphonse? What's up?
Hey, thank you for putting me on. I appreciate it. I'm a big fan. I've been watching so much of your videos. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Absolutely. Where you from?
From England,
Oh, nice.
a big
Okay.
fan of yours. You know, I'm always been interested in this mob stuff, and I saw your video about Mikey DeSantis, the acting boss today, and I thought
Yes,
it was a
Mikey DeSantis. What happens is his brother Frankie married my mother's sister Carol. So she's my aunt. And I knew Mikey since I was a kid. Mikey is actually a great guy. He really is. I did a little time with him in prison. I know him from the street, and he really is a good guy. And he's one of them. But yeah, what's up? What do you want to know about him?
I want to know, do you know anything about his time as the acting boss? Have you heard like anything about how he has been?
Well, for them to pick him, he's really a good pick because he's a smart guy. He's a big earner. Uh, he don't keep assholes around him. He's very smart, but he's been. What happened was, Manny Madonna was running the Lucchese family with a three-guy panel, three guys. Okay, so eventually Manny Madonna got indicted. He got asked to step down, give it to the Brooklyn faction, bring it back to Brooklyn, the Lucchese crime family. So Mikey stepped in. They put Mikey up, and Mikey's a good pick, because Mikey's close with a lot of guys. He's close with Lester Reno. He's close with the Avelinos. He's close with a lot of guys, and a lot of guys like him. So, but he's a good pick, and he's a good boss. So that family should probably be underground because he's running the show.
Mr. Calandra, did you hear about this story about why Frankie Lesterino was on the shelf today?
Well, I didn't hear the story. Frankie's a little old. He's probably in his 80s now.
Yeah, he's in his
And
80s.
yeah, he's in his 80s, but he's always there if someone needs him, like for experience or something. If someone needs to talk to him or something, he'll give his input of what should be done. But today no one's killing anybody in the street in these families because there's no money involved in that. So the killings, they put the stop to the killings, and they're trying to run their family a lot better than they used to. They want to put everything underground and keep everything tight.
Of course, that's how it's got to be today. And Mr. Calandra, did you know George Zapola? You knew him as well, right?
George Zapola, yes, I do know George Zapola.
What's
Georgie,
your opinion on him?
Georgie Zapola is actually home, and he's a dangerous guy, George Zapola. I learned a lot about George Zapola. He's a big manipulator. You know, he was a captain. He was Georgie Conti's captain, and he did a lot of work. I think he did maybe 23 years for like 7 murders. It's pretty insane, right? You talk about 7 murders. Him and
Yeah.
Georgie Conti, I think they got 22, 23 years for 7 murders. And all these guys in that Lucchese case, they all copped out. The number I think was 22 or 23. It was like a global plea. Everybody had to take 22 or 23 years. And that whole family got 22, 23 years. But when you do time like that and you come home, you have big respect on the street.
Yes. I think it's impressive that, they did all that time, but you know what's crazy? Mikey did 18 years for 2 murders and racketeering. He's now the acting boss, and he puts that target on his back. And I always think, 18 years, and now you're the acting boss. They're coming back for you because Jared Capisci just said that they're building a blockbuster racketeering case against Patty Delarusso and Mikey DeSantis, and you knew Patty as well, right?
Patty Delarusso, yes. I know Patty Delarusso. He's also a nice guy. I mean, when I say nice, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about the mob. Now, in the mob, you got some guys that are really bad motherfucking guys. I mean, these two guys, Mikey DeSantis and Patty Delarusso, they're more knowledgeable. They want to keep everything clean. I don't think they have anything to do with drugs. They want to keep everything into business. Open up a business, stay legit. But yeah, they probably have some problems coming their way. You're on the street. You have these guys that you don't know who's undercover. You can't get away with nothing today. You got all the cameras out there. You have microphones. You have the phones. Everything's being recorded. Everything's being audioed. I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, it's hard. It's hard.
And if if you could see Mr. Calandra, if you could see Michael DeSantis today, how do you think that would go? Do you think you'd be willing to speak to him or say anything at all? Because how he is and all. All the time
Listen,
he did and all.
if I see Mikey DeSantis today, look, Mikey, I'm a straight shooter. Mikey DeSantis is very friendly with a lot of people in my family, and I have no problem with Mikey DeSantis. If anything, I'll tell you the truth, I'm rooting for him, and he's one of the better guys. He's one of the better guys. He really is one of the better guys. Me growing up, I was surrounded by a lot of scumbags. There was a couple good guys, and I respected those guys. But when you're in the street, you got to know who the bad guys are, and you got to know who the decent guys are. And that's one thing you need to know. And you got to know who the killers are all the time. But look, it's a treacherous life. And like you said, you know what? Mikey DeSantis came home after doing 18 years. Why would he want this spot? Because when they pick you and you're doing time like that, you can't say no. Because if you say no, it's a sign of weakness. Understand? They're going to say, you know what, Meek, we want this guy to be the boss. You don't want to be the boss. Meek, you know what? Maybe this guy don't even deserve to be a wise guy. So you can't say no. When they pick you, you got to go, okay, you know what? I'll take it.
Oh, that's very interesting. And also, thanks for the insight on Mikey D. But what about Vic Amuso? What did you hear about Vic on the street? Like, what did the street guys think of Vic? And did you ever meet Vic Amuso?
I never met Vic in person. Vic Amuso was a very respectful guy. He was respected from the old timers. Obviously, the old timers, gave him the family to run. And unfortunately for him, they made Gas Pipe the underboss, and that Gas Pipe destroyed that whole family. I mean, he was straightening out guys, then he was killing guys. I mean, this guy was doing a lot of cocaine. So when you have guys like that running the show, I mean, he might be straightening you out today, and he'll probably be killing you next week.
But it's interesting how, in 2017, when DeSantis sent a letter to Vic, and how he is still in control, and how he put Mikey D in that position, and they're all diehard loyal to him in Brooklyn, which makes me think that there's more to Vic Amuso than that we know, because the documentaries portray him as weak and all, but at the end of the day, when Michael DeSantis is diehard, is loyal to you like this, there's got to be more to him, don't you think?
Well, you know what? He has a lot of power in the street. He has a lot of respect. This is the thing again. When you're doing prison time, okay, when you're doing life in jail, okay, you get a lot of respect. Not a lot of people are going to take life in jail. And this guy Musso, he's got life in prison, and he's the boss. He's recognized as the boss, so he runs the show. And you know what? He could create a war if he wants to. I'm saying he could get in touch with the Bronx faction to go sneak someone in the Brooklyn faction. I mean, that's why when you're at the top, who's ever running the show, it's got to be a clean cut show. Because something go haywire and the whole family could get destroyed. They're all killing each other. So, he has a lot of respect, Vic, by a lot of people. So they respect his decision by making Mikey the boss. And that's it. He's the boss. No one's going to stop it.
And that's right. He just recently turned 87 too. Did you ever meet Frankie Bones Papagani?
Of course, absolutely. He's from my neighborhood.
Oh yeah. I just remembered. Yeah, the story about him. He killed someone. Someone in the Gambinos, was it?
He killed Frankie Maricanda. Him and Frankie
What's
Joy.
your opinion on Frankie Bones? What kind of a guy is he?
Frankie Bones is actually another good guy. I mean, it's funny that I got to say a good guy because he killed somebody, but in that life, that's what that life is about. I'm saying it's not a nice life, but he was one of the better guys in the neighborhood, you know. And this guy Frankie Mariconda, he really wasn't a nice guy. Did a lot of cocaine, killed you know, a couple guys here and there, and you know, eventually his number came up, and Frankie Bones and Frankie Joya, you know, killed him. But out of one of the guys, that guy Frankie, I call him Frankie Sharp, you call him Frankie Bones. But he's one of the better guys in the neighborhood, absolutely. And you know what? Paulie G had the opportunity of being around this guy, Frankie Sharp, Frankie Bones. And you know, if he would have went with Frankie Bones, he might have still been alive today. Who knows? But what happened was he looked up to Tommy Karate. Once Tommy Karate went away, then he was on record with Joe Benanti and Sparrow, and that's where you know, the mess started. You know,
You've got an incredible story. The fact that you know all of these wise guys, especially these Brooklyn faction guys, it's like it's very interesting to me. I was thinking, do you know Louis Bagels They Don't? Did you ever meet with They
of
Don't?
course, absolutely. He's another guy from
Again,
my neighborhood.
you know, all
Louis
the guys.
Louis Dadone is actually good friends with Patty Della Russo. They call him Louis Crossbay because he had a bagel place on Crossbay Boulevard. And he was another decent guy, you know. So when I say decent guy, I'm just saying in the as far as the mob, he was a better guy than some other guys in the mob.
How
But
many?
he also has a life bid.
Oh yeah, they made him
He's
the
also
acting
doing life.
boss. What?
When I was away in Lewisburg Penitentiary, and I was away with Patty Della Russo. He was with me in Lewisburg too. You know, I did time with him in MCC. We followed each other to Lewisburg Penitentiary, and then eventually we all went to McKean. Patty Della Russo was in McKean too, and everybody knew I was close with Mikey DeSantis. But Patty Della Russo used to call Louis Dadone's house all the time, and Louis Dadone has two daughters that are from my neighborhood, and I used to get on the phone with them in Lewisburg, and I used to say hello to them. But Louis Dadone, you know, he was a good guy. You know, back in my neighborhood growing up, that's how I remember him.
He had a very close friend named Ray Argentina, and I know that he was actually a mentor to Patty Della Russo. They don't mentor Della Russo, now he's at the top. But did you ever meet Ray Argentina? I heard that he's a real tough guy.
Ray Argentina is a tough guy. He's doing a lot of time. I'm not sure if
He came out recently,
he's out
like
now.
2 years ago.
He's out, but he did a lot of time, like maybe
Mm.
27 years or something. And but I never met him, but you know, he made a name for himself. He's a stand-up guy, and you know, that's all I really know about him, but I never met him before.
Did you meet Al Diaco?
I never met Al Diaco either. Now, when Mike DeSantis had the concept collision shop on McDonald Avenue, he used to get Fat Pete. They used to come there all the time. Gas pipe would pass by. You always had wise guys coming to Mikey DeSantis's collision shop and, you know, having walk and talks. He was just a wise guy at the time. Then eventually he moved up to captain. But there was a lot of wise guys that used to come to Concept Collision and talk to Mikey DeSantis, you know. But Mikey DeSantis is a class act. He really is. And I could never say anything bad about that guy. And, you know, unfortunately for him, he's at the top of the Lucchese family. He's the boss. You know, I don't know why he would take it. But then again, when they tell you, when they want to make you a boss, you can't say, no, I don't want it. Because that's weak, you know.
Of course. You know, during your time on the street, did you actually? I just wanted to say one other thing. You know, Jimmy, I really appreciate your honesty. And I asked you about Vico Musso. You could have said that you met him. I asked you about Ray Argentina.
I
Same
never met
thing.
him, no.
You know, your
But I know
honesty's
who these
great.
people are.
Did you? I know Christy Tick was away for like all
Christy
of your time.
Christy Tick is an old timer. He's from my neighborhood too. He's from 14th Avenue. He had the 19th hole back in the day. Now, little Georgie Adamo's father, Georgie Crowbar, he was friendly with these people, you know. And so, but Christy Tick is a legend.
So on the street, I wanted to ask about Chrissy Tick. Like, what did people say about him? What was his reputation like? Because I know he was away by the time you were on the street, but how many people talked about him and all? Did they say much about him?
You know what? They really, look, if you hear the guy's name, all you're gonna hear is about nice things they say about him. But when guys go away, in all honesty, a lot of people don't talk about them. Like you're just going on with your everyday life as far as whatever you're doing, whether you're scheming, whether you're stealing, whatever you're doing in the street, you really don't talk about these guys a lot. And if you do, you probably whisper about them, and say, so and so called me. I spoke to him over the phone. He's doing good, stuff like that. We need to send them a couple of dollars. But these guys really don't get talked about too much.
What you met Anthony Gaspipe Castle. What was his reputation like on the street, and what was your impression of Gaspipe when you met him?
Gas Pipe was a very scary guy, so you hear a lot of stories about Gas, and he catches delusions on people. But I was away with Gas, and he had a gun in MCC, this guy, when I was there with him. And he was scary. Gas Pipe was a scary guy, and then you hear all these stories about him. But Gas Pipe was a serious guy. And he had all these guys around him that would kill for him. The Lucchese family, when he was the underboss, was really reckless.
Georgie Nexapola, the guy who you also knew, and Mikey DeSantis, they were all with Gaspipe, and now they're like students of Vic and Gas, but now they're at the top. They're like at the top. It's
And that's
unbelievable.
that it's not unbelievable because that's the way the ball rolls. Now the thing is, if Gas Pipe would have stood up and he wouldn't have flipped, then you would have saw a lot of guys that were with Gas Pipe. See, George Zapola was with Gas Pipe. You see, Georgie Conti, they were close with Gas Pipe, that side. So these guys were close with Amuso, Mike DeSantis and them. Georgie Zapola, Georgie Conti, they were close with Gas Pipe. So Gas Pipe flipped. So, who's going to be Vic Amuso is going to pick one of his guys to become the boss for him to control the family, to make sure he has control in the street, you know?
And you also knew Matty Madonna. If you had to choose between Matty Madonna or Mikey DeSantis, who did you like more out of those two? They're both acting bosses at one point.
Say it again.
If you had to choose between Matty Madonna, you knew him as well, or Mikey DeSantis, who did you like more, Matty or Mikey? Because they're both acting bosses at one point too.
I'll tell you the truth, I like them both. I got to put them both on the same, Manny Madonna actually looked out for me when I was away. He taught me the ropes. He sat down with me, helped me get my GED. I did some college courses when I was away. He was like a father figure to me. And then I hooked up with him in the street. He helped me out. And the same thing with Mikey DeSantis. He looked out for me too. And but I wish both of them a lot of luck in their lives. But I'm gonna put on another guy, Alphonse. It was nice talking to you.
I just want to say thank you for your honesty, Mr. Calandra, and thank you for answering the questions that I had. I appreciate it very much.
You got it, Pon. You take care of yourself. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. I'm gonna drop a link. So if you wanna come on, let me know. Hey guys, so but the guy, Don Berlin, he was very that was a smart conversation. I liked him. And I'm glad he came on because he made a lot of sense how these guys are. Everybody thinks they're gonna pick a victim, but the thing is, I'm not a victim. I'm not gonna be their victim, no way. They could do all the talking they want. I'll probably ignore them and just go on with my show and build my channel. And anyone I can help, I'll be helping because that's what I want to do. So I dropped the link. If you want to come on, let me know. Come on, we'll pick a subject we could talk. Boston Jay, you're doing a good job. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, I got a couple guys on here. Let me see. I got a couple guys on here. Let's talk to this guy, JD. JD, what's up?
Hey, listen, how you doing, Jimmy? Happy birthday first and foremost. And the mask is not a joke. All right, I'm in the hospital right now. I grabbed a hold of Tony Pizza. I threw a left hook and a right uppercut. His dentures broke in half and cut my hand. I had to get a few stitches. No, really. In all honesty, I'm in the hospital visiting a friend.
Yeah.
I was supposed to be coming in for 1 day, a 1 day surgery, and that turned into 2 days. Now we're going on 2 weeks. I can't stay on long, Jimmy, but once again, happy birthday. But I got to ask you this.
Go ahead.
Or tell you this, because apparently you don't know. One of your wrenches blocked me.
All right, so
One of your wrenches blocked me.
Do I got to unblock you?
Yeah, one of your wrenches blocked me.
So what are you under, JD?
No, I'm under Johnny D.
Johnny D?
Yeah.
All right, so I can't do it now, but I'll go into there later. I'll unblock you.
All right, I appreciate it. I just wanted to get on and once again say happy birthday. Maybe another time I'll come on and we can talk a little bit more. Like I said, I'm in the hospital here. I don't know if you can tell or not.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
A friend. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, listen, hey, thanks for coming on. Thanks for the happy birthday wishes. And like I said, what I'll do is I'll unblock you once I could get in there and get off of here. And Johnny D, right?
You got it. Yeah, there's a picture of me. There's a picture of me hanging by one arm on a pull-up bar with my legs straight out. It's called an L-sit hang.
Huh. All right. Well,
you remember me, no? I'm Joe Bean's brother.
Yeah. Did I speak to you before?
Yeah, I was on. This is like the third time I came on.
I remember you.
Yeah, I got you. I got Joe Beans for you because he's from your neighborhood. He's much better.
Exactly. There you go. Now I remember.
Okay.
Now I remember.
All right.
I remember because you were sending me messages. Joe Beans is from the neighborhood. He could tell you a lot.
Right. Exactly.
I remember.
All right. So, yeah, if you would, I already got blocked on TP and FBS, and I don't know. I didn't say anything about you. That's the strange thing. I made a couple of, what did I say? I said, listen, I got to run. I got to take my daily COVID injection, disinfectant injection, as per Dr. Trump. And somebody, apparently, one of the wrenches is a snowflake. I mean, I don't understand why you would block me out for that.
Yeah, it also might have been by accident because sometimes these, the guys with the wrenches don't know how to use the wrench.
Right, I hear you.
So it might have been a mistake, but I'll definitely go in there and I'll try to get you unblocked.
All right. Once again, happy birthday. Thanks for having me on. And you're rocking and rolling with this, Jimmy.
JD, I really appreciate it. And I want you to come back on again, okay?
I definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Stay safe, man. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
You got it. Ciao. For having me on. And you're rocking and rolling with this, Jimmy.
JD, I really appreciate it. And I want you to come back on again, okay?
I definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Stay safe, man. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
You got it. Ciao.
Hi.
For having me on and
hold on. Let me see if I can get this guy. JD, I really appreciate it. And I want you to come back on again, okay?
I definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Stay safe, man. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
You got it. Ciao.
Hi.
For having me on and
1 minute, Josie.
Okay.
JD, I really appreciate it. I want you to come back on again, okay?
I definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Stay safe, man. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
You got it. Ciao.
Hi.
For having me on and
1 minute, Josie.
All right, it's okay.
JD, I really appreciate it. I want you to come back on again, okay?
I definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Stay safe, man. Thanks for the birthday wishes.
You got it. Ciao.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Michael Hill.
1 minute, Josie.
All right, it's okay.
JD, I really appreciate it. I want you to come back on again, okay?
I definitely will. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
Hi, Mike. Michael Hill. All right. Hi, Boston Joe. Hi, Mike. Michael Hill. All right. Hi, Boston Joe. Hi, Mike. Michael Hill. All right. Hi, Boston Joe. I love the guns. Hi, Boston Joe. I love the guns. Hi, Boston Joe. I love the guns. Hi, Mike. Is print for drop? Yeah. Hi. Hi, Mike. Is print for drop? Yeah. Hi.
Josie.
Hi, Jimmy.
I
What's
want-
up with the sound?
I'm having a problem over here. I have
Okay.
I'm trying to figure this out. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Hi, Jimmy. What's up with the sound?
I'm having a problem over here. I have
Okay.
I'm trying to figure this out. Let me see if I can figure this out.
Come here, Winnie. Come here, baby. Come here. Come up to mama. Come and say hi to everybody. Come on then. Get up. Come on. Come on, baby. You can get up here.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Okay. Come say hi to everybody. Look, man. Come here. Come here. This is the Winston Churchill people. Come on. Ah,
How about now?
yeah.
All right,
It's
better.
on. Wow.
Okay,
How are you today?
good. How's everything?
It's good. So I wanted to let you know. So okay, you
How about
good?
now?
Yeah, that's better.
It's better. It's happening. It's happening again.
Yeah. How are you today?
Good. How's everything?
It's good. So I wanted to let you know. So
What's up, buddy?
Yo.
How's everything?
Oh shit.
How are you? How's everything? Okay. What's up, pal?
How are you doing? What's the crack?
How's everything?
There's no repeat, is there?
No, we're
Is there,
good.
is there an echo?
Nah, we're good.
Yeah, all good, all good. How are you? Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. How's Ireland?
It's Lake City. It's Lake City.
Nice.
11:30. They're playing a blinder.
How you been?
Good, good. All good, all good, all good. And
What-
yourself?
Good. What's new?
Head up, or chin up, should I say?
Yeah.
Don't be taking on all the other crap.
Yeah.
There's a bit of an echo here on my end. I think we have to hang on a second.
Do you have an echo?
Oh, I have an echo. I'm just gonna mute YouTube. I'm back onto there now. Hang on. No, is there an echo now? No. Yeah, all good, Jimmy. Everything's great. You're playing a blinder. Can you hear me now?
I hear you. I'm listening.
Yeah, you're playing a blinder. There was nearly 450 people in there a few minutes ago.
Yeah, we lost some.
What happened to your woman? I think she got a bit of a frightener, did she?
Yeah, she'll be back.
She's bouncing off the walls, wasn't she? A bit?
Yeah.
Oh, good, buddy. Did you have a good birthday?
I did. I had a good birthday. Thank you. I
Happy
really
days.
did. Yeah.
Happy
I
days.
enjoyed
All
this.
good. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yep. It was really nice.
Another year on the clock, you know what I mean?
And it goes by quick.
Yeah, very quick. One thing once you hit 21, that's it, isn't it? It's all over.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're 50, you know what I mean? You're 41, like.
But what is it? 11 o'clock over there now?
It's 11:30 now. 11:30 now. What's the story where you were?
Over here, it's the time. It's 6:27.
Jesus, yeah. I'm at work at 6 in the morning. I've been holding out for a while. I wanted to say happy birthday to you anyway, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, all good, all good. Come here, what's the crack anyway? How's the head?
Good.
Good. Love the stories.
Yeah, same old thing. But listen,
Yeah.
let me get Josie in here.
Bring him in. I'll bring her in. Anyway, how's the head?
Good.
Hi. Can
Good,
everyone
good,
hear
good,
me?
good. Love the stories.
Yeah, same old thing. But listen, let me get Josie in here.
Bring him in. I'll bring her in.
Hold up.
Anyway,
Josie.
how's the head?
Let me see.
Hi.
Good,
Can everyone hear
good,
me?
good. Love the stories.
Yeah, same old thing. But listen, let me get Josie in here.
Bring him in. I'll bring her in.
How do I do this over here? Let me see.
Hi. Can everyone hear me? I don't know. Can someone in the chat know what's going on? I don't have anything on.
Bring her in.
How do I do this over here?
The problem isn't with me, US Army combat medic. You dick. I don't have anything on.
How do I do this over here?
The problem isn't with me, US Army combat medic. You dick. Okay, I'm gonna try on my phone. Okay, let me see if I can do it on my phone. That's probably going to be better. You know, and before I leave, I'm going to try on my phone. Army Combat Medic, you're such a snake. You're in everybody's shit. You got wrenches everywhere. So go fuck yourself. Okay? That's what I think of you. You dickhead. Okay, I'm going to try on my phone, Jimmy. Hold on.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm sorry about that. I don't even know how to do it, any of this stuff. But let me see if I can get Josie back on here. So far we got a couple of characters, right? Let's see. Okay, good. J. Guys, 1 minute. Thanks for being patient. I appreciate it. Okay. Let me bring this guy on, Big Lou.
Hey, how you doing, Jimmy?
Big Lou, how's everything?
All right, man. Thanks for bringing me on.
Thank you, man. Thanks for dropping by.
Yeah, man. I'm a supporter of you, FBS, and Gunsmoke, man. These people are just, especially Lee piece of shit, I call him, and Tony Crybaby, man. These dudes got big mouths, man. They could never walk a day in your shoes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what?
Uh,
I appreciate that, and you're right, because look, what I've been through, what I went through, these guys don't know. Even after doing a score and you got 60,000 in your pocket, you don't know who's gonna try to take it from you. So these guys don't know nothing about the treachery in the street. They're talking out of their ass. They living in the shadows. They don't want to show their name. They don't want to show their face. But I appreciate someone like you coming on and speaking up, because these guys, all they want to do is they want to destroy people's character. I'm trying to do the right thing, go forward in life, and send a message where maybe somebody will learn from it, my mistakes in my life. But you're always going to have these haters that are going to try to kick you and bring back your past. Meanwhile, these guys, they listen, the stuff they have behind them is worse than what I did. These guys are scum of the earth. They really are. They have no morals. They have no values.
Not to mention, they try to talk shit about you, and they don't even got the story correct.
Exactly.
They're talking shit that you killed the woman and this and that.
Nope.
Hey, you know what? Shit happens sometimes in that life. Unfortunately, we can't. Obviously, we can't turn back the clock and change things. But the fact is, get the story straight, man. You know what I'm saying? Just get the story straight. These dudes, like I said, these dudes could never. They speak about a life that they know nothing about other than what they read. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm from California, Northern California. We don't, there was LCN out this way, but way before my time. And, we live a different lifestyle over here, but it's still organized. We still fall up under certain things. I'm not going to go into it so much right here. Maybe we could talk about it later, privately.
Yeah.
But these people, it doesn't matter if you're in California, Texas, Florida, Philly, New York. People are always going to have their mouths open that never lived this life. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I could turn back the clock and do things differently in my life, because I wasted a lot of years in prison and doing bullshit. And now that I'm on track now, unfortunately, I'm in my 40s. You know what I mean? But it's just people. If like they say, if you're not doing right, if you must be doing something right if you got them haters. You know what I mean?
No, you know what? You're right about that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And California is tough because you got all the gangs out there. And California, you got all those tough prisons out there. I mean, California ain't no joke. I mean, how many gangs you got in California?
Gang. Okay. Well. Put it this way. There's a ton of gangs. I can't put a number on it. But when you go to prison, we all fall up under usually one of 4 or 5. Usually four main groups that are organized. You know what I mean? They're in the considered OC.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's after we hit the system. But yeah, you got guys that are supposed to be up under the same thing, but they're from different street gangs and killing each other. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's tough. And then we got the politics with the racism stuff.
Yeah.
It's
look, even you know what? Look, you see, people don't realize that the mafia is also a gang. It's just organized differently. Where they want to put respect into it. You know, they bring you into a ceremony, and if you become made, that's supposed to be like a big special thing. But all these kids today in all these gangs, I just had this conversation with Houston police officer about gangs, and all these kids, these young kids, 14 to maybe 16 years old, all they're doing is they're killing each other because of a piece of turf.
Right.
A 3-block radius piece of turf that if you go in their area, they're throwing shots at you. I mean, this is so ridiculous. You know, I mean,
yeah. That's more. So I'm from Northern California. That pertains more to Southern California, where you can just go around the block and be in another considered another neighborhood or another clique. Yeah. No, up north we don't do that as much. It's not as much internal fighting from the gangs, but it does happen. You know what I mean? It does happen.
But what I wanted to say was that these young kids, they're throwing shots at each other because someone's walking down their block, you know. And the thing is, you know, they end up killing somebody. Now you're a young kid. You got the rest of your life in prison. Now, when you're about maybe 30 years old, you're going to look back and say, what the fuck did I do to my life? You mean to tell me I'm never going to be outside in the street? You know, because these young kids, they think that's the cool thing to do. You know, join a gang. And, you know, a lot of them don't have direction. They don't have, you know, a father or a strong mother to push them, because once you're about 14 and you realize you're, you know, greater force than your mother, who's going to stop you? You know?
Right. Yeah. Especially with no father in the house, or if you're the oldest child and you don't have an older brother, you know what I mean, to keep that little ass in check, you know? So
absolutely.
Yeah, it happens. Because originally when you go to when you start hanging out, right, when you usually start hanging out with the neighborhood or your little buddies around the neighborhood, it's more innocent at first, you know, but then it gradually changes to doing petty shit, you know, because and then it just goes up and up.
Yeah, it gradually changes because now you want to prove yourself. You know what I mean? There has to be a leader. So who's going to be the leader?
Right, right. Plus you got to eat. You got to do all that stuff. Where you going to get that money at? You know what I mean? So and it doesn't matter if you're from New York, like I said, New York, Philly, Houston, Texas, Sacramento, LA. It's all, you know, it's all the same, you know, as far as the, you know, how it you know, how it changes, you know. So yeah. You got a good message, Jimmy. You know, I salute you, man, for, you know, being on here, keeping it real, and, you know, and trying to, you know, just saying what it is, exactly what it is, man. You know.
Well, you know, listen, I appreciate guys like you coming on, and you know what, also speaking a good message, and you know, talking about real and right and wrong, because it's very important, because a lot of people don't voice their opinion, you know, and people need to voice their opinion and show their values of, you know, what's right and what's wrong, because this YouTube shit, you know, people just throw shit into the mix and they twist the, you know, other people's words. You know, I'm trying to do the right thing over here, use this as a platform for something positive, and people just want to knock me because they're jealous.
Yeah, yeah, and then you know, you're not, like I said, your message, you got a good message, and you're not on here portraying something that you're not, you know.
Exactly.
For example, you know, everybody, John A. Light, right? As soon as my father sent me his book when I was in the pen, and I'm thinking it's about Gotti Jr. because he's on the front of it. So I started reading it. Man, as soon as I started reading that stuff, especially when I seen him on the platform, I was like, this dude's full of shit, man. You know what I mean? There ain't no way. I mean, I can understand, you know, him being, you know, with the business as far as beating people up and being involved in that type of stuff. But at the level he's trying to say he's at, come on, man. You're not even Italian, bro. You know what I mean? You're going to be sitting down with Gotti and all these dudes. Come on. You know, I don't buy it.
You know what? That's the thing. And this is the thing. Look, I was never no gangster. I'm saying I was a young kid coming up, surrounded by gangsters. I did some gangster shit. I mean, I had a lot of regrets in my life. I robbed a lot of banks. I used to love to make money, but I was never no gangster. So I'm not portraying myself as a gangster. I'm saying,
right.
You know, listen, I did over 13 years in prison, but I walked that walk, you know, and I came to a path where it was a dead end. I said, you know what? I had my family in my ass saying, Jimmy, don't waste your life. I just finished doing 6 years in prison, came home. I'm home 11 months. Guys are rolling on me. So I said, you know what? It's all over. That's it. I got to try to make my crooked past right. And you know what? People hated that I saved my life. They hate it.
Yeah.
You know, they want to hate on me that I saved my life. That's it.
Yeah. That's,
You know,
yeah,
and the thing is, listen, I'm not competing to be anyone's friend. I'm
right.
saying I ain't looking to compete to be anyone's friend.
There it is. There it is.
So I don't care what they say. You know, I don't want them as friends.
Yeah. Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck them. Yeah, exactly. Like I told somebody at work the other day, the guy used to work with me and he came back and he's talking to me and I'm like, look, dude, we're not here to be friends. We're here to work. You know, I mean, it's a little bit different, but the same concept, you know. I'm not here to be your friend. We're here to do a job, get it done, and continue to do a good job for this client. And that's it, you know. And it's just like, yeah, put the message out. Whoever's going to pick it up, pick it up. Who don't, they don't. Hopefully they pick it up soon. Maybe somebody else can reach them, you know. But for those that just want to talk shit, fuck them, you know.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, fuck them, you know. So, yeah, I don't remember that documentary I seen you on. I think it was it Gangland?
No, you see, it was
Mobsters.
Inside the American Mob, episode 6.
Okay, yeah, that's what I seen you on.
It's on Prime now.
Yeah, it was a few years back. Yeah, I seen that with Sparrow and Anthony Sparrow and Paulie G and then the crew. Yeah, yeah. And you was a young man back then. You had dark hair still.
That was like 8 years ago. I did that.
Yeah. Okay. So I seen it probably. I've been out almost 5 years now in July. So I seen it around when I got out. So I guess about 4.5 years ago. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, it was a good story. I liked it. I mean, unfortunately, it was bad stuff that ended up happening, you know, for yourself and the people that lost their lives, you know, the ones that were innocently lost their lives. But, you know, that's the thing, too. Some of these people, man, you know, they come out and they talk, you know, because certain people got killed and stuff. But people are playing with fire, man. You live by the gun, you die by the gun, man. It's just that's the way it is, you know. And you know, unfortunately, you know, they didn't see the light like you did to get up out of there for whatever reason. They didn't see it, and they lost their lives, you know. But
that's the thing too, and that's the thing too. You know, I also pitched that, you know what, nothing good came out of this. I mean, whether my friends are doing 50 years, whether someone's cooperating, whether someone's died, listen, nothing good came out of this life. You know what I'm saying? The best life is, you know what, get a job, go to work, make your own money, and put good people around you. I mean, you know, that's the message I'm trying to pitch. I'm saying, I mean, you know, I'm telling my stories because I want people to understand, you know, what my thinking process. I have a lot of dead people in my head. You know, a lot of my friends were murdered. A lot of them were killed, you know, and you know, you miss people. We all go through it.
You started losing people at a young age, friends around you.
Exactly. You know,
man, you know, that's gotta.
And then once you start losing your friend, you're saying to yourself, you're carrying a pistol, putting on a bulletproof vest, and you're saying, you know what? I want to die too. Come get me. You know?
Right. Yeah, and I heard you mention something earlier, a little while ago about, you know, it's hard to take the you know, you grow up a certain way, man. It's hard to just change overnight, you know. Like I don't remember exactly what you were pertaining to when you said it, but it was like, you know, these people are talking shit, and you go, of course I'm not gonna do nothing foolish to, you know, lose my freedom again. But you know, it's hard when these people are talking shit where you don't call them out, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
it's hard, man. It's hard, you know. And I do better on certain days, but man, you know, sometimes these people are just testing the crap out of you, man. It's like,
and you know what? That's the thing. It's like, Big Lou, how much can you take? Exactly. Eventually, you know what? You take so much, you're holding it in. Then you're a time bomb ready to blow.
Yeah. Hot tamale.
Yeah, and these guys, everything with them is rah, rah, rah. They're all big mouths. You know, they would never say it to my face because, you know what? That would be stupid.
Right.
You know, my reaction would be a lot different.
Yeah, and that goes for everything. That goes with your employer, your spouse, your girlfriend, whatever your relationship. You know, just people you don't know, or you know, just common courtesy, man. When you like, you know, hold the door open for somebody, you know, you let them in the lane in traffic, any little thing. I mean, not to blow up on them, but I'm just saying, just little things. It's like, man, people are just, who raised these people?
And that's,
you know, they don't have no common, what's that word? Etiquette or,
yeah,
you know, yeah, it's just.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, you know what? You want respect, you have to give respect, right?
Correct.
I mean, we got to demand respect. Listen, I respect you. You respect me. If you burn me, I'm going to burn you. I mean, so nothing's going to get accomplished. Listen, if you don't like me, then you know what? Don't talk about me. Leave me alone. Go do your thing. I'm saying you got content out there, but all these guys that I'm talking about, they all got Jimmy Calandra in their hashtags on their videos. You know why? Because I'm selling.
They have no content.
They have no content. So
None. Just like FBS says all the time about Cole. That dude's bogus. I don't even know how anybody wastes their time watching that guy or Crybaby Pizza. I mean, come on. Who gets on there and says, "Oh man, I got the same 10 people donating to me," and come on, man. Don't worry about what FBS is making. Don't worry about what Jimmy Calandra is making. Don't worry about what Gunsmoke, who he likes and who he show he comes on. It's like, come on, man. And you're talking about you're a gangster, and then Lee Cole talking about, oh, they're Israeli mob, right? And come on, dude. You really were the one taking the money to take money to the cops, giving it to the cops. So you're looking at their faces, and then dude you're working for just gonna let you walk away, huh? Come on, get the fuck out of here, man. It don't work that way, man. You know what I mean?
And you know what? That's the thing to look. You know what? Say whatever you want about me, but say the truth. You know what?
Yeah.
Don't create lies. These guys create lies. They want to destroy your name. They want to destroy your character. They want to just burn you. They want to throw gasoline on you, light the fire, and burn you. And look, I'm not going to make that happen to me. I'm going to fight back. Any way I can, I'm going to fight back.
And then, they come out here, these guys come out here talking about rats and this and that, right? But then you got Lee Cole on there this is when he was going after A-Light and Borello, right? And he's talking about, ain't Borello not supposed to be doing lives or videos or anything on social media? And he's putting it out there over and over again, so somebody could be like, oh yeah, you're right, let me call. Hey, that's dry snitching, man, where I'm from.
Wait, and of course, absolutely. Listen, look, you know the street, you know what a dry snitch is, and you know what a snitch is. Now, he's even recording telephone conversations. What's that? That's not a snitch?
Yeah, why are you doing that? Obviously to use it for some purpose later on, right? So absolutely. Yeah, the dude is, oh man, I don't know, man. He's got no. And then if you don't agree with him, like the other night he was doing that with Tom. If you don't agree with him, he starts to jump down your ass.
Exactly.
But I hope that Tom never brings that dude on his show again, or that other fucking joke, Tommy Pizza. You know what I mean? It's
and you know what? But look, that's why I overreacted on Fatball Sicilian show the other day. I don't know if you saw it, but I really knocked all these guys because all they do is they want to come at you, and I don't want to say anything, but I have to say something because it's like I'm tired of these low lives. That's what they are. They're low lives. It's like they don't stop. Then they want to take your photo, they're just, look, they're scum of the earth. They really are. They're the worst form of a human being. They really are. And they think because they go to church, they think that they're a good person.
Oh, that ain't all of it. You know what I mean? Come on, man. A lot of the mob bosses went to church every Sunday. Come on, that's it's they got that wrong there. But it's just the things I don't dig. There's certain people out there that got shows, they don't show their face.
Exactly.
But they just want to talk shit. Okay, talk shit, but show who you are. That's the most cowardice move there is.
Yep.
To me, in my book, you're gonna talk shit about people and have your face. You won't even show your face. That's coward. That's straight coward. I'm one of the shows I've been watching. I think I've been subscribed to your show for. As soon as I knew you had a show, I subscribed because I knew who you were already.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
As soon as when Tom had the show with John Panisi, as soon as I started watching that, I got hooked on it and I subscribed. I wasn't subscribed to New Theory before that because I didn't even know about it. I just recently subscribed to Bobby Luisi's show.
Yes.
I like that show a lot. I kind of hesitated for a while to subscribe to it. I don't know why, but then I finally did, and I liked it a lot. I just think the dudes they're funny. They keep it real. They don't glorify nothing, just like you don't glorify nothing. You keep it real as well. That's why I watch you, FBS, and and Bobby Luisi, and then I watch Tom too. I've been, like I said, I've been watching Tom for a while. I like it. I just like him as a person. I like his get down. I just like, you know, you don't need John Panisi to keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to like not used to. I like John Panisi. I watch Sit Down News too, but since they split, he's not as active as he was. Yeah, you know, so you guys are the ones I watch, but I watch all.
Yeah, but I wanted to say about Bobby Luisi. I don't know Bobby Luisi. I never met Bobby Luisi, but you know what? I hear a lot of good things about Bobby Luisi. You know,
And Paulie is cousin.
Tunza.
Tanzo, yeah, he's
Tanzo.
cool.
But yeah,
he gave me a shout out the other day.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I never met them, but I hear a lot of good things about Bobby Luisi. You know, unfortunately, you know, I know the mafia killed his family. I mean, that's a tough bite to eat. You know,
Yeah.
And you know, but that life, you know, he walked away too. It's you know, it's a treacherous life.
Yeah, it is. I mean, look, you know, even over here where I'm at, and you know, there's been guys where they had their own brothers killed. You know what I mean?
That's, you know what? That's some crazy shit, ain't it?
Yeah.
Really
You had one brother killed, and he was the main guy. He was the main dude, and he had his brother killed, and then one of his third brother was like caught in the cross, you know, and what it was the organization it split up, and they had a civil war, and so that's what happened with those two brothers. But the other brother kind of got, like I said, he was caught in the split, and then he ended up just leaving the life, you know. I'll explain. You know, if we can maybe touch bases privately, you know, we could talk better. And,
yeah, absolutely.
And I got some ideas about some things with some other friends of mine that you might be interested in.
Yeah,
I know for sure you guys can help each other's channels out.
Yeah. Do you have an Instagram?
No, I don't got an Instagram. I got a Facebook.
All right, so message
email.
me. Yeah, message me on Facebook, and I'll send you my number.
Okay, same, just your name.
Yeah, Facebook. You'll see me. Yeah, just my name, Jimmy Calandra.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, message me and I'll send you my number. But definitely stay in touch for sure. You know, I want to see you again on here.
Yeah. Like I said, I appreciate you bringing me on. I shouldn't even be wearing this hat today after the Giants beat us.
Yeah, but
Giants beat us today, man. I can't believe that. Jesus Christ. I like the Giants though. The white jersey with the red numbers. I like that jersey. But anyways, yeah.
I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan too.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
the Raiders. Well, you know, if there was no Raiders, there wouldn't be no Steelers.
Yeah.
The Raiders made the Steelers.
Yeah. I tell you, the Raiders, I used to love their jerseys back in the day. The Raiders jerseys. The gray and black. The gray and black.
Yeah, I got one now. I just bought it recently. Jacobs. It's a Jacobs, but it's a gray one with the black numbers. Yeah, it's clean. I like it. Yeah. That's why I like that picture of Gotti. He's doing on a walk and talk, and he's got the Raider jersey on.
Yeah,
I believe he's walking with
the jacket. Yeah, he's got the starter jacket on.
Yeah. Those are coming back again.
Those starter jackets are great.
So if you have one from back in the day, any team that they're you know, it's a treasure, you know.
Yeah, but that was those starter jackets were dope.
Yeah, they were. And then they came out with the parka jackets after with the hoods.
Yeah,
remember those ones, the bigger ones? People, man, remember it got vicious for those. Some areas, man, people were getting hurt and killed for them damn jackets, man.
And you know what? That's always happening. You know, because they're pretty and they're expensive.
Right. You know? And especially when you know kids around that are from the neighborhood, from the poverty, they can't afford that. I mean, that's how I was. The reason how I got mine was I got him from a kid that was his family was better off than us, and he ended up getting a new one, upgraded it, and he sold me his old one for like real cheap, Oakland A's one. And that's how I got mine. My dad bought it for me for like, I think we paid like $30-$40 for it, but I didn't have $150 to go buy one of them jackets back then,
because that's how much they are, about $1.50.
They were about $1.20, $1.50 back then. Yeah. Just like the Jordans, you know what I mean? The Jordans back then were $1.20. Now they're close to $200, $250 now.
Now you got Kanye West, the Yeezys. Everyone's buying.
I don't know. They're ugly. I don't even see how people like those.
They're ugly.
Ugly as hell, man.
Yep.
That's why Shaq tried to, the Shaq's first year he came out with them shoes, the Reeboks. They were not real expensive. They were kind of affordable, but then he went to that route where, kids could get a pair of his shoes for $25, $30, and he ended up making more money that way than selling the shoes for $150, $200.
Oh, forget it. These guys make tons of money.
Tons of money, So to say that, oh, well, I got to sell my shoes for that, not really, because Shaq's a perfect example. But yeah, these dudes make a ton of money, man. Ton of money. Did you into boxing?
Yeah, I like boxing.
Did you watch that fight last night?
I didn't watch the fight. I didn't watch it. I caught a little of it today.
Yeah.
But you're talking about Cano?
Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo. But Canelo's really good, man.
Is he?
Yo,
he's
that
a
guy,
beast.
Yo, he's a beast.
He's a beast, man. And he's getting better, and he's getting better. I mean, there's been a couple fights where his performance ain't as, what he should be or what he's capable of. But man, with these big fights, some of these big fights, especially when he went up to light heavyweight and he fought the Russian dude Kovalo, and he went and he just destroyed him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Destroyed him. That's why there's no problem. No, I know for sure that he can go up to 175 and take all the belts, just like he did right now in the super middleweight.
Yeah, he's the first. He's the best. He's the best out there.
Yeah, he's the best. Yeah, he's bad. So, he said he wants to fight 7 more years. That's a long way, though. I don't know. I don't really think you need to fight 7 more years. I think if he accomplishes this, if he goes up to super heavyweight, light heavyweight, takes all those belts there, that should be it. Maybe 4 years, 5 tops. You
know what it is too. He's just starting to make really big money because he's been getting ripped off for a long time.
Yeah.
So that's what he's looking at. He's looking at the money now.
I just looked him up. I was looking at something else and it popped up what his net worth was, and it said he was worth in 2020 he was worth 94 million, and in 2021 he's up to 140 million. That's not really a lot of money for all the big fights he's had, So it's correct what you're saying. He's starting to make that money, and he's been fighting since he was 15 professionally.
Yeah, because he signed a bad contract and they had him by the balls. So all the money he was making, they were taking big percentages off it.
Right.
And now he just got out of that contract. So now he's making, now he's thinking about his future because he's looking at guys like Floyd Mayweather. The guy's a billionaire already.
Right.
I mean, yeah, 150 million sounds like a lot of money, but when you're boxing, he should be making 100 million a fight or better.
Right. Yeah. So his numbers are lopsided. What deal are you speaking of? The one with the Dazón or the Oscar De La Hoya contract he was under?
Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah, but then something happened when he signed with Dazón, that channel, the sports channel, to fight. I don't remember how many fights it was, but something went wrong with that too.
And they screwed him up. They screwed him over on that too.
Yeah, right. Because he signed I'm not sure how many fights. It was like 8 or 10 fights for like hundreds of millions of dollars, So I don't know what happened with that, but that's why it always shows, man, that you can't just do things on a handshake, man. You got to have top-notch lawyers that go in there and read everything with the magnifying glass and make sure that everything's
exactly. What it is. And when it comes to money, you're always gonna find someone that's greedy.
Yeah, always.
Always.
No matter what.
There's always someone scheming.
Always.
Someone around you is scheming on you when you're making money with them.
And it could be your promoter, your manager, anything. Look at all the stuff over the years with Don King, different fighters. It's not just Mike Tyson. It was Trinidad. It was a lot of fighters with Don King. And then your manager, you got to watch your manager. You got to watch your the person in control of your money.
And then you have all these different belts and these divisions. I mean, it's all money. It's all about money.
And you got to pay them too.
Exactly.
When you win a belt, I'm not sure exactly all the dynamics of it, but you got to pay them too, and especially if you try to sidestep the mandatory challenger and you want to fight somebody with a bigger name, you got to pay that dude money. It's all, you got to be careful. You got to watch, what you're doing. You have to have the right people because, like you said, everybody's always looking to scam you, and
someone's always trying to get over on you.
Always. So yeah, it's man, I can't stand that, man. Because I recently was scammed on a deal. Um, and these people are just deliberately. They're not even really workers. They're not like offering real service. It's all just a scam from the beginning, just to scam you out of money. So it's just terrible. I hate it. People's hard-earned money. Like some of these senior citizens that they like that Bernie Madoff dude, that type of character.
Oh,
When
forget it.
they boom hit them for all their savings, everything they've worked their whole life for, and just now they have nothing. It's man, it's terrible, man. You know, it's fucked up. It's just I don't know. I really don't know what else to say. It's just fucked up.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. People just
But
deliberately do this shit.
but
But
but Big Lou, look, it was great having you on. I want to get
sir,
Josie in here because I tried to get him a couple of times and I've been having a problem getting her on. But look, it's great talking to you. It was a
yes,
pleasure
sir,
meeting you.
yes,
Okay.
sir.
Like I said, check me out on Facebook. Okay, send me a message. I'll give
Yeah.
you my number and we could chat on the phone.
Okay. I'm gonna do that right now when we hang up.
And thank you
All
so
right,
much,
Jimmy.
man. I
Thank you
appreciate it.
too. And I salute everybody out there in YouTube Landia and all Jimmy supporters. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
All right, buddy. Thanks.
All right. Bye-bye. Okay. Now, before I bring Josie on, what I want to say is I want to just wish a friend of mine a happy birthday. Brandon, I want to wish you a happy birthday. Today's your birthday. I think you're 30 years old or something. God bless you. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day. Josie.
Hi.
Hey, good. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry for making you wait.
No, it's okay.
Thank
I'm
you
on
for
my
waiting.
phone, so it's probably something to do with my computer.
That's
I
okay.
don't know.
How's everything?
Everything is good. So I wanted to let you know, after we wrapped up yesterday, so I get a message, of course, Lee Cole drops the video.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch all of it. I just watched the first part, and he's up there like, I think it was an Academy Award performance.
Yeah.
He said, Jimmy Calandra, what he did, he was playing the day before when you went on Fatball Sicilian
Yeah.
show and you were going
Yeah.
off. So he's playing that, and he's sitting to the side, and he talked about my brother. That's off limits. Da 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 da. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I just wanted you to know, Jimmy, if you watch that, don't feel sad about his brother. And here's why. Now, what happened with the brother was, when he was in the WWF, I guess he was fondled or something by one of the trainers, one of the wrestling guys, whatever. So, it wasn't like he was totally violated, if you get my drift. But, he was fiddled with. So what happened is Lee decided that he convinced the brother, come on, we're going to sue, Vince McMahon and them. So the brother didn't really want to do it, but he went ahead with it. Anyway, Lee put all that boy's business out in the street. The boy didn't want people to know he was messed with. He didn't want, you know what I mean? He just didn't want that. But Lee saw money because Vince McMahon obviously has a lot of money. And so what happened is the brother in the end, he had enough of it. And he said, look, I just want my job back, because the brother worked for them. He said, I just want my job back. I just want my life to go back to normal. So what they did is they gave him his job back. Lee kept on and on and on. So they gave him 20 grand to get rid of him, to shut him up. He signed like an agreement, no more, that was supposed to be the end of it. Well, what happened is, and the brother got a little bit of money, but, he basically got his job back. Yeah. So what happened is, a little while later, Lee's like Tony Pizza. He blew through the 20 grand, and he's looking at okay, I can get some more money out of these people, because that's who Lee Cole is.
Yeah.
So what he does is he gets the brother, listen, we need to get more out of him. We need to sue him. Well, the brother didn't want to. And so what he did, he went into hiding. He hid from Lee Cole for 6 months.
Wow.
Didn't speak to him, doesn't want anything to do with him, because he didn't want his shit out there again. You know what I mean? It had already been put out there. He didn't want that. So, and I got this from the horse's mouth. Linda McMahon said, she said that Lee Cole, the situation with the brother would have been resolved ages before, but Lee Cole was manipulating the brother in order to extract more money out of them.
I believe
that
it.
was from the horse's mouth. So what happens is the brother goes into hiding. He doesn't want nothing to do with Lee. Lee kept on and on and on and on and trying to find him. At the time of the brother's death, he hadn't spoken to Lee in over 6 months. He didn't want anything to do with Lee. Lee's son told me verbatim, no one in the family talks to Lee. They can't stand him. The only people that talk to him are his daughter, who runs the New Beginnings page, and then you got his niece, Jules, who's in there. That's it. The rest of the family don't want anything to do with him. And the reason is, when Lee got that 20 grand, he didn't give them kids any money. He didn't give them nothing. He blew it himself, and so none of the brother's kids want to talk to him other than that one niece. You know what I mean? And quite honestly, a lot of the family blame him, for the brother's suicide. He didn't help in that matter. So when he sits up there crying, oh, my brother, blah, 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 all he saw was $, Jimmy. You know what I mean?
And the thing is, this is the thing with Lee. What happens is he thinks he could talk bad about other people. Look, my friend Paulie G, he wasn't no saint.
Right.
He wasn't no saint. But the thing is, what? The way he got murdered in his house.
Yeah.
His parents come to the door. Lee made a joke out of it, and he said, "You know what? He deserved to die. Fuck him."
Yeah, exactly.
Those were his words. Fuck him. So
Yeah.
you know what? So by me making a statement and talking about his brother, he should burn in hell. You know what? So I'm a bad guy, but Lee Cole is a good guy. So this is what is, it's a double standard. You could do it, but I can't do it.
Right. And the thing about that is, what Lee doesn't seem to grasp for whatever reason, whatever Paulie G was, he was like a brother to you. Exactly. In fact, you were closer to him than he was to his own brother that he sits up there crying about. That brother didn't want shit to do with him. He was running for the hills. You know what I mean? So he sits up there. I just was looking at him like, oh, you've got to be joking. And then come to find out, now, Lee, oh God, this is crazy. So his channel, right? I had a long talk with his son. Now, when we did that show with Stax, there was a lot I didn't say. I didn't question the son in that way because it wasn't supposed to be a Lee bashing show. It was mainly the son wanted to let everybody know he has nothing to do with what Lee's doing. You know what I mean? That was what it was about. So a lot wasn't said. But I will tell you this. Lee Cole, in order to get monetized on YouTube, he took his son's social security number and he's monetized under the son's social security number.
Wow.
So the son can't monetize his channel. When he tried to monetize it, YouTube said, you're already monetized.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you. So the son told me, he said it's being dealt with as we speak. So Lee Cole, you might want to do something about that because your son's going to deal with that shit.
So,
yeah,
the
channel isn't even under his name.
Yeah, so Lee Cole is getting the Social Security income plus the YouTube income, whatever money he makes off of YouTube.
Yeah,
on the down low on a different Social Security number.
Yeah, there you go. Under his son, he stole his son's because when the son tried to monetize, YouTube said no, you're already monetized. And when he looked, he saw that his dad had used his social.
So if you're listening out there, look into Lee Cole. Check out his that social security number.
Yeah, for real. For real.
And because in all honesty, I don't care about these people. I don't like none of them.
No,
You know?
but he sits up there, Jimmy.
Yep.
You know,
These
going on
people are
about
these people are no good. They could throw stones at you, but when you throw stones back, they're all, you know what, they don't like it.
yeah. Well, I'm getting ready. I told you already. You know, this is just 20%. I'm not throwing stones. I'm going to be throwing boulders.
There
So
you
he
go.
needs to just leave me alone. That's what he needs to do. But
Yeah.
he can't. You know what I mean? He can't. He just got to keep on and on and on. But he had no business sitting up there, you know, the Academy Award performance, my brother, when he just used the brother. He wanted money. That's all he saw. And he put his brother's shit out there. The brother didn't want that. None of his family talked to him but for those two people. Then he was saying, he had the nerve to sit up there saying, yeah, the 16-year-old called me. She was crying. Lie. No, she didn't. The only one that probably did contact him was the niece that is on his show, Dudes Jules. She might have been upset by what was said. But other than that, nobody talks to that motherfucker. You know what I mean? They can't stand him. So whatever he gets up there saying, ignore it. That's all I wanted to tell you. You know,
Yeah, I don't even watch his videos because you know what, it's not even worth it. But I appreciate you coming and getting all this information and staying on top of him because, like I said yesterday, the day before, we need someone like you because you got to keep these people honest.
Right.
They want they want to point fingers at everyone else, and they think like they don't have a past. Meanwhile, this guy did so much bad in his life, and he continues to do it.
Right. And he's continuing on, but, to steal your kid's social security number, that's what he's done. And the channel isn't even under his name, but that's going to be taken care of here shortly as well. And I just want to say something to Tony Pizza while I'm at it. He was on there this morning, Jesse. He's just a disgrace. I mean, oh my God. I just want to say this to him. He was saying that I brought Sammy's family into it. It's not about family. Blah, blah, blah. Tony Pizza, I know you're watching. So let me tell you something. When you talk about black people, whatever term you have for them, it doesn't matter what it is. You're talking about, even though you think you're directing it at me, you're talking about every black person on the planet, including Sammy's half-black granddaughter. I don't know what it is. What's wrong with your brain that you think you could sit there and talk shit like that? Would you talk like that in front of Sammy and his granddaughter? No, you wouldn't. And the reason is Sammy would probably annihilate you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you use those terms about any black person, even though you think you're talking to me, it shows how you think. And so he sat there today saying, I've got black friends. Well, when they see that shit, they're not going to be your friend any longer. And what's going to happen, Tony Pizza, and you, Lee, there is a huge black YouTube community. And when they get wind of this, they're going to rain down upon your heads. So keep talking the shit. Keep saying your little moon crickets, this, that, and the third. And he's saying, well, Sammy's okay. Don't bring Sammy. Sammy's not happy with you. Sammy wants nothing to do with you. Try calling him live. Let's see what happens, you dick.
I can tell you this. Look, I'm friendly with Sammy. Sammy has a mind of his own, and Sammy tried to do the right thing by this guy.
Exactly.
And you know what? Look, I'm a truthful person, and I like Sammy. And sometimes we make the wrong decisions of people we befriend.
Right.
And I sent this guy Tony Pizza a couple of dollars too because I felt bad for him. And in the end, he started knocking me.
Mm-hmm.
When he started knocking me, honestly, you know what? I called Sammy. I said, "Hey, Sammy," I said, you know this guy? I mean, is this guy a friend of yours?
Mm-hmm.
And Sammy told me, he says, "Jimmy, I really don't know him. I try to help him out. I put him in the right direction, and But Sammy, I asked Sammy, I said, Sammy, could you reach out and just tell this guy, what, slow it down about my children and stuff like that. You want to talk about me, that's fine. But you want to talk about my children, that's a different ball game now.
Right.
That's some low life shit.
Right.
I mean, I don't talk about people's family or children or something like that. Unless you got to come like what Lee Cole he did to my friend Paulie G. Paulie G's my brother. And look, I had enough of these guys. I really
exactly.
did. It's like when people keep on throwing things at you, what you do is you're holding it in, and you're a time bomb ready to blow.
Right. And especially, people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. It's as simple as that, So I wanted you to know about the situation behind Lee's brother, because he's been on a poor me campaign since yesterday. Oh, my brother.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares about him. We're not worried about Lee. I'm saying he'll deal with what he has to deal with. Just like every day you have to deal with what you got to deal with. I got to deal with. I mean, listen, we all lost people in our lives.
Yeah.
And we miss them. And unfortunately, but the thing is, it's all about becoming a better person. I would never said that about his brother if he never said that about my brother, Paulie. So you know what? I mean, I had enough of Lee.
Right. Me too.
And
I agree.
but I also want to make sure that my my subs out there, if you can, follow Josie. She's really a good person, and she's on top of all the creeps. So if you can, give her some subs and let's try to get her monetized. I really like her. I think she's a good person. So let's get her out there and let's bring her to the top.
Thank you, Jimmy. All right. Well, I've got to run, but I wanted you to know that because you're going to be hearing it probably. I don't really watch him either. People tell me, but I watched the first part of that show, and hey, it's a load of old bullshit,
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for having me on, and I'll see you later.
Josie, have a good night. Thank you.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, guys, I think that was pretty interesting. We got 404 people watching, and we had a few people on here. I think it was pretty cool. Anyone else want to come on? Let me send one more link. I mean, I'm on over 2 hours. I just wanted to have a little fun with this and bring, certain things to everyone's attention about these people who want to, defame people, knock people down. Meanwhile, they got to look in the mirror and they got to look at themselves because they're no good. They're a bunch of creeps. Well, here, I'm going to drop a link one more time. Maybe we'll get someone else in here and we'll see. Someone else wants to talk for a couple of minutes, whatever. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this show today. I think it was pretty cool. A couple of people came on. We got our point across, and no one's gonna abuse nobody. It ain't gonna happen, not in this day and age, and no one's gonna get away with it either. One minute, guys. Okay, here's a link. If you want to come on, there's a link. Hit the link. I'll hang out another 15 minutes, and maybe we could talk about a few other things. William Galloway's working. He's doing good. Stormy Rivers, thank you. Anthony Salerno. Okay, I got Smoking Tommy over here. Let me see Smoking Tommy. Let me see if I can get him in here. Smoking
Jim.
Tommy. What's up, baby?
Jim, how you doing, buddy? Happy birthday.
How are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. How's everything?
It's good. It's good. I'm not going to complain. Your room got overrun while I was in there. I don't know where your wrenches went, but
what
you can deal with that, huh?
What are they doing? Causing chaos?
Yeah, but there's no wrenches around. I don't know what happened to them. It's kind of weird. Anyway, yeah, on your book, you having trouble publishing it?
Yeah, my book is basically, I got all this paperwork that it needs to be edited and published. So
okay,
what I'm looking to do is I want to create 3 volumes. I want to create a volume of when I was young, coming up. I want to create the middle of getting into all this trouble and how we created the Beth Avenue crew. And then, the prison time, doing time in prison, stuff like that. Nice. So, that's what I'm looking to do. And I would like to get a name on this book. Wouldn't mind like a big name that would help me out. But it's a lot of work, But I have these journals. I got some papers. I got to put all this stuff together. It's not easy because I really want it to come out perfect, and I want to make sure that when you guys read it out there, that you guys cry because it's a lot of sadness in my life, losing all my friends, and we never really got to go to each other's weddings or christen our kids with each other. Just a lot of sad things.
Yeah, you got a good story. I have some ideas. I'll run it by you. I'm not going to do it here. If you want to call me,
Yeah, if
Josie
you
has my phone number.
Excuse me.
If you want to give me a call, Josie has my phone number,
Okay.
and I have some ideas. I've dealt with some publishing before.
All right.
You're into martial arts, the Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I play. Yeah, I play around with it. I play around. I play around. I hit the bag. I do some wrestling. I try to take care of myself.
Right. Anyway, I'm into Wing Chun Kung Fu, and one of my Kung Fu brothers started a magazine probably about 9 years ago. I gave him some help getting it started, and he did it in a way where it wasn't too difficult, and it's still going. It's doing well.
Nice.
So I'll talk to you about it later.
Yeah, definitely. I like to chop it up with you. Why not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and as I probably said.
I lost you. Smoking Tom, I lost you. Let me bring on this guy. Aussie, what's up?
Hey, cuz.
How's everything?
Finally. I've been here for like 2 hours.
How's everything?
Everything is good, Jimmy. Everything is good. I do enjoy listening to your stories. Now, I'll be.
Go ahead.
Yeah, wait. I listen to your stories, and I'm from the neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm from a place you know very well, obviously. I'm from Bay 50th Street. And all your stories, I knew all those kids. Maybe not personally as good friends, but I had different friends on Bay 50. You know that. You know who I grew up with over there. I'm sure you're familiar with some names over there. I'm not going to mention.
Sure. I know Bay 50.
Yeah. The Tatos, you called them.
I know Bay 50.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
The Tatos. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But a lot of the kids, that you mentioned, I used to hang out on West 12th Street. I knew Polio very well when he was young.
So you knew Mohawk.
Mohan.
You knew Mohan too.
Robert Mohan was a very dear friend of mine. Todd Benzavanga.
How about
his brother Dean? I'm sorry.
How about Muggs?
That's Todd's brother, the older brother, Dean. Yeah, very good friends with Muggs back in the day. One of the best graffiti artists probably to ever grace Brooklyn. He had the mural in Lafayette High School on the handball wall there. His tags are up all over. I used to go bombing with him. We used to go out. I was never a good graffiti artist. I used to just write Aussie, AUs, my tag for short.
So
they called me a toy.
so you know JoJo and Peter?
JoJo and Peter.
IO and ID? I mean IO and WAP. They wrote IO and WAP.
That's Peter from 12th Street. That was another dear friend of Polio's. Yeah. I don't know if you ever met, Peter's mother. She was a gem. Nina. We used to hang out in her house.
Nina. She was a born again Christian.
Well, maybe now.
Yeah.
But his sister Robin. Like I said, I used to hang out on 12th Street for years before Polio moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Robin was a very nice girl. But Polio moved to Bath Avenue. He moved off of 12th Street. And we lost touch and such. And you mentioned Frankie Chestnut a lot.
Yes.
When he first came to the States, he was about 5 years old, and he didn't even speak English. And we used to teach him English, your mother's pussy and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then again, he moved from Bay 50th he moved to Bath Avenue, and the rest is history.
Yep.
But my question was, and I was there the night that this happened. I was at the Esplanade the night that this happened. Do you know why Chestnut killed my very dear friend Arthur that day?
What? You know what? I was very friendly with Arthur, and I lived on Avenue U. And I actually went to Great Adventure with Arthur when I was a kid. There was this kid, Richie Molaro. He had a stepfather called Lippy. And Lippy used to take us on the bus, and we would drive down to Great Adventure with all the kids in the neighborhood. Now, I was a quiet kid. When you're a kid, you really don't know people, but you're quiet around them till you get to know people. But Arthur was a very good kid. And when that happened to Arthur, I found out, after the fact, when Chestnut shot him. And, when I found out, I was very, disappointed because, I felt like I could have probably saved him. And it was a senseless murder. That's what it was. A senseless murder. Chestnut trying to get revenge, and he kills Arthur, and it's a terrible thing, but that's how the neighborhood was. Right away, kids went to guns.
Yeah. At the time I worked in the Fulton Fish Market. So I would go to work at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
And I would come home 10 o'clock in the morning, and I would sleep all day. And that particular night, I woke up around 10, 11 o'clock at night. I just threw on something to wear, and I went to the neighborhood. I went to the bar, and I seen a friend of mine, and he kind of told me what happened. That Frankie walked into the bar, went to shake Arthur and Joe Crash at the time, God rest his soul, he's gone too. Went to shake his hand, and Arthur and they wouldn't shake his hand or something.
Yeah.
So a fight started, and one of the kids hit Frankie so bad with brass knuckles. I mean, Frankie's face looked like freaking Frankenstein at that point. So when I come to the neighborhood that night, I'm by the bagel store on Bay 49th and Cropsey, just grabbing a bagel. I see a friend of mine. I jump in the car, and he's telling me the story. And as he's telling me the story, the car is driving by down Cropsey Avenue with Chestnut and a couple other kids in it. And I says to my friend, that, like I said, no names, I says, they're going to go back there and they're going to freaking shoot them. Because I know the kids from back there when they're all lunatics.
Yep.
I grew up there, and he was like, no, what are you talking about? So we go by the bar. I'm standing on the corner. I was there with a couple of friends right on the corner. Arthur comes out of the alley after taking a piss. He didn't even zipper up his freaking pants. And he got hit with like 4 or 5 shots in the face and the throat. Yeah. And they sounded like punches. When a bullet hits flesh, it has that. It sounded like he was punched. I thought Frankie punched him.
Yeah.
And he didn't punch him. And I ran over to him, and his head went from like over here to over there, and the blood just came out of his mouth.
Yeah.
A couple of guys picked him up. They hauled him in a car, brought him to Coney Island Hospital. Everybody comes out there hosing down the blood. Somebody made a phone call that there was a shooting, and they come in, cops come, everyone's in the bar now and this and that. There's no blood. Anything happen here? You know the neighborhood, but nothing happened here. What are you talking about? We don't know nothing. They get in the car, leave. Patty throws everybody out. Get the freak out. Boom, boom, boom. Shuts the freaking door, locks the door. Arthur gets to Coney Island Hospital. Gunshot wound gets reported. They put 2 and 2 together. They come with helicopters and all of this crazy stuff. And, by then everybody's gone.
Yeah.
I didn't know if that was the real story, why he shot him. It was over a handshake.
No, I think it had something. It started in somewhere in Action Park or Great Adventure, and then there was a beef with some girl, and eventually, I don't know if it was Arthur, a couple of Bay Parkway kids, or maybe Avenue U, maybe Arthur was there. They went to Bay 23rd to look for Chestnut. They they gave him a little beating, you know, and after that, Chestnut wanted revenge. So, you know, he went to go look for some of these guys, and, you know, Arthur was one of them, unfortunately. And then the kid OJ was another one with little Dino in the car. But listen, you know how the neighborhood is. You know how the neighborhood is. And look, for example, look at Arthur. And after Arthur was killed, you had Joe Crash. He got that big piece on his back, remember? He got that memory.
Joe Crash is a very good friend of mine.
I was friendly with Joe Crash too. I mean, listen, Arthur and Joe Crash, they were very respectful. You know, I was friendly with them. And you know, you don't see that anymore, that respect.
No. Definitely not. There was one other question, because you tell a lot of stories, and there was a kid from Bath Avenue that I just knew from the neighborhood. You know, his name was Lynchner. Whatever happened to that kid?
He was a good kid.
Well, yeah, he was the best. He was an arch criminal like all the rest of us. He was a great kid.
But I don't remember what happened to him.
Is he still around?
He was a bulky kid, right?
Yeah.
He was a bulky kid.
Him and the kid Garrett used to fight all the time over that girl. I forget her name, but they would always do fist fighting out there. And
yeah, the kid Garrett, he was a tough kid too. He was a boxer, that kid.
Yeah. I turned that kid Garrett into a boxer.
Oh, did you?
Well, you know, I had a gym I lived next door to the Esplanade and the social club there growing up. My mother was a bartender in the Esplanade, every dive. And Funzy Malone used to come in and he used to teach me as a kid how to box. And he taught me the left, right to the body, and then the left hook. Because you go to right to the body, they drop their hands, and then you come up with the left hook. So we're outside the Esplanade. I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm outside the Esplanade, and we got the gloves, and Garrett comes over and puts the gloves on with me. And I hit him 3 or 4 times with those combinations. And then I heard later, after that fight, you know, that little boxing match, he went and took boxing lessons and all of this shit. They wanted to be like, you know, a good fighter, because he couldn't believe I was hitting him like that, or how I was hitting him like that. You know, but you know, I know I jerk around with you. I troll you a little bit. I've been saying stupid stuff on there, but you know, I'm not going to condone what you did. But you did what you had to do, like we're all going to say, you know. But listening to your stories, and it just brings me back to a time and place. I'm a couple years older than you, but it really brings me back to a time and a place of good times. A lot of good times, like you said. We had a great childhood. Yep. You know, we had the feasts and stuff like that, and the block parties, like you said. You know, they used to have one on Bay 50 too, with the fireworks, 4th of July and stuff like that.
Back then, it was always a fun time. You know, we had a fun time, no matter how crazy it was, but we had a fun time. Now today, everything's the phone.
We didn't stay in the house. We were outside building go-karts. And, you know, like I said, growing up next door to the Esplanade, you know, you see all of these guys in front of the club. You wanted to be like that. I used to work at a butcher shop with a bike that had a big cart in the front of it, you know, and I used to put the meat in there. And I would drive around the neighborhood delivering the meat for Vinny the Butcher. And I would go into the club and I would walk out with 10s and 20s and tips. You know, Ross Ganji gave I grew up with his sons, you know, Tommy and Ross Jr. Yeah. They gave me my first job in the Fulton Fish Market. You know, I got so many stories. At one time, he was going to put my head in a freaking ringer because somebody broke his kid's pigeon eggs and they thought it was me. Could you imagine that? Ross Ganji telling me, grabbing me by the shirt, I'm going to put your head in a ringer. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Ross? I have no clue what pigeon eggs. The fuck? You know, but there's so many stories like you. And I do appreciate your stories. Like I said, this brings you back to a time and a place. I know I break your balls on there. I don't know if you see my comments, but
yeah, I see them sometimes. I don't see all the comments, but you know what? Look, going back to those days, you know, looking back, they were great times. No matter how crazy they were, you know, people respected each other, and you know what? Our parents and the people are so much different. I mean, what's going on in the world today? It's so much different.
You know, like I said, my mom was a bartender in these bars. I always had a job. You know, whether it was the fish market or, you know, construction, everything, working with Vinny the plumber. And we always had connections in some kind of union and this and that. I was a glazier, local 66 and everything.
Did you know Frank the plumber?
Are you kidding me? The guy's a legend. We used to call him Frankie the Plume.
Yeah,
Frankie the Plume.
He married Polio's sister.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct. You know, he became a big crackhead, you know, at one time, you know. It was a shame.
I think he fixed himself up then.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. That's good. But he used to do the Marlon Brando impressions. You know, we'd be sitting around, you know, having a barbecue late at night, you know, like guys in the club, and, you know, Frankie would walk by and we're like, oh, you know, pull out $20. Hey, Frankie, come here, you know, and he would give us the Apocalypse Now.
Yeah.
You know, the scene a snail crawl across the blade of a razor as it slowly cuts open his belt. I mean, he was a legend, Frankie. Yeah. Now, I remember him when he used to date. You know, Muggs, you mentioned Muggs used to date Anna also before Frankie married her. Yeah. Those two always had beef. Frankie used to come to 12th Street with a kid named Dom Hood at the time. I don't know if you know this kid. Kid, Dom Hood. And they used to, you know, fight. You know, Frankie, you know, beat up Dean, you know, all the time. But Dean always fought. And then I'll never forget, there was a kid in my neighborhood, big kid. I'm just going to call him Vinny. And was good friends with Dean. So Dean says to me, he says, look, these kids keep coming to beat me up, but they always come with 2, 3 guys. So Vinny comes with him one time, and he's on 12th Street with him when Dom Hood and Frankie come to beat him up. So, you know, Dom Hood was like, yo, man, why you come with this big guy? You know, I think he was Puerto Rican or something, Dom Hood.
Yeah, Dom
you know,
Hood, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God, why you bring this big guy, bro? What the fuck? Well, he was like, well, I'm tired of getting beat up from the both of yous. You know, if he wanted Frankie wants to fight me one-on-one, let him fight me one-on-one, you know. You keep coming here and junking me, beating me up. And Muggs was a man. He walked to the corner with them, you know, not to do nothing in front of the house or nothing. He would walk to the corner and take his fucking beat.
He was a tough kid. He was a tough kid too, Muggs.
Yeah. Yeah, what they did to him was a shame too. You know, the way they found him and everything. But Jimmy, we could go on and on with these stories. I mean, as many as you have, you know, I have as many. We could probably exchange these stories all freaking night.
Yep.
You know, go sit down, relax, have a drink. You know. But I'm glad to see you doing good, buddy. Because
thank you.
You guys on Bath Avenue had a notorious reputation.
I know that, and you know what? Listen, you know, look, you had all these guys all over the neighborhood. You had Kings Highway, you had Avenue X, Avenue U. You had
Bay Parkway, like you said, 20th Avenue.
And the thing is, you know what? There was always the saying, you know what? When Bath Avenue comes for you, they're gonna come and kill you. You know, and that was the saying. You know, they all knew that. I mean, and that's the way we grew up. You know, and that's why we lost so many friends, and you know, we got into all this trouble.
The reputation was shooting each other too, like you said, your friends killing each other,
and it went from you know generation to generation down there on Bath Avenue. You know, every other generation.
Yeah. You know, I met Spiro one time. A guy brought me up to his. He had the car service down there, I guess, and then on the roof he had the pigeons, and he was fucking.
Yeah, you had Big Apple car service.
Big Apple, right? Yeah. And he's snapping the pigeons' heads in half. I guess they had the twitches or whatever, these fucking pigeons. And I'm saying, you know, I'm looking at my friend, what the fuck you bring me for? I don't want to meet this guy. I don't want to know these fucking people. You know, I'm just a little kid from the neighborhood. What am I doing over here with this guy? We all know who he was, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember you talking about the football games. And, you know, Bay 50, we had the league there.
Yep.
And Bath Avenue, you know, they had the Raider jerseys. You were talking about the Raiders with that other guy, and, you know, their team was the Raiders. And the very first league there, I remember John Padone was the quarterback of Bath Avenue.
John Padone. I knew that he's my childhood friend.
Well, yeah. He had younger brothers, too, I think. maybe who was the oldest one? I'm not.
Frankie boy.
Thank you. Yeah,
Frankie
John
boy.
was a little younger. John worked in the fish market too, so I knew him from there.
I worked in the fish market too for a little while.
Nice.
I would shape up at night. I'm saying, you remember how the fish market used to work? It was at night, nighttime to the morning.
3 a.m. we would go down there, put the hook on your shoulder. You need a man, or you meet Beansy on the corner.
Those days were the best because you know all about the fish market, how you were running around. Everybody was running around, dropping fish off, picking it up. It was insane down there.
Tapping boxes. I had my own connections.
Yep.
We used to tap the boxes and put them in the trucks. And at the end of the day, me and Louis the Fish, we would go to the fish stores, pick up $50 here, $20 here. I mean, whatever it was. You stole 10 pounds of red snapper. It was $5 a pound. It added up. If you pick up 50 from him, 10 pounds from him, 10 pounds from him, you made an extra $200-300 a day.
Do you remember Bobby Fish?
Bobby Fish. Everybody's nickname was pretty much Fish down there. That much I could say.
Well, you've seen him before.
I'm sorry, you mentioned that Paulie G had an Oscar. I got a giant Oscar in my tank, and he's going freaking berserk.
Oh, wow, that's a nice tank.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell he's doing. You can see him in the back there, but he's freaking going bananas in there.
Did you feed him? Did you feed him? You froze up, Aussie. All right, Aussie. Well, I'm sorry I got to say bye. It was nice meeting you. I'll see you next time. Let me see if I add him to the stream again. Okay. Here he is.
You still there, Jim?
Okay. Yeah. You there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But the one thing I wanted to mention was when you said the football teams, anytime back there, when they had a game, they had a game every Sunday, Saturday, we were there. You couldn't lose to them. If you lost, they beat the shit out of you.
There was always a fight.
When the younger kids.
Tell everybody. I tell everybody after the game, there was always a fight.
I could vouch for that.
Yep.
I could vouch for that.
And listen,
if you lost, that was it.
And look,
they would come with a crowd of like 300 freaking people. If they're playing against another team, they got, maybe a few people on the sidelines. The Bat Avenue would have like 200 freaking guys there, waiting to beat the shit out of you. But, yeah, those were good times, Jimmy. I'm going to let you go. Good talking to you.
Hey, it was a pleasure meeting you. Come back on again. And, thanks.
I'll stop breaking your balls over there and shit like that.
All right. Don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Hey, we're from the neighborhood. We got to.
That's all right.
I got to break balls. I got to fucking break balls.
Well, listen, hey, thanks for coming on, man.
Have a good night, Jimmy.
Stay safe. Thank you. Bye-bye. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. We have 400 people watching. I think it was pretty cool. 2.5 hours. I want to thank you all for showing up, being patient. I hope you enjoyed the little content we gave you. All these guys that come in and chat with me, they're very decent human beings. To come on the show and talk and get personal, that's pretty cool because a lot of people can't do that. So I appreciate you coming in and chopping it up with me. And thank you for showing up. And to all my supporters out there, thank you so much for supporting me and sending me the love you guys do. I got the best subs and, just keep on watching. I got some new stuff coming out. And thank you so much for being kind and being in my corner. With that said, I wish you all a great Sunday night. I'll see you again soon. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow I'll give you a video. And thanks again. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a good night. Bye-bye.